on time. The 17 participants have joined already. Thank you so much for your kind cooperation. The resource person has also joined now. So we will start the session. Let the mothers join. We don't want to waste the time. Today's topic is first two sessions will be financial management in MSME. The today's resource person is Mr. R. Venkatesh, faculty in MBA, Innovation, Entrepreneurship and Venture Development, Crescent School of Business, Chennai. And we already informed you that all our resource person are trained by EDA Tamil Nadu. So he is also a master trainer in EDI Tamil Nadu. Just a brief profile, I'll just give it to you, just you can understand his profile and you can utilize his expertise also. An entrepreneur turned academician with an objective of joining hands with education institutions to create an entrepreneurial ecosystem. He is the master trainer in EDI Tamil Nadu and also he is an EDI Ahmedabad trained trainer and has attended a 2-week national faculty development program and entrepreneurship at EDI Ahmedabad. He has an expertise in providing hands-on training on business idea generation, design thinking, creativity and innovation. He has attended the of trainers program organized by EDI Tamil Nadu, supported by International Labour Organization. He is the jury for idea pitching competitions and also he has been the resource person and delivered guest lectures in different institutions across Tamil Nadu. He has organized 24 editions of Startup Trichy Entrepreneurship Conclave. He has also been instrumental in guiding aspiring entrepreneurs in their entrepreneurial journey. He has conducted several soft skill training workshops. He has completed 3 certification programs through NPTEL. He is also a member of All India Management Association. He is having 24 years of entrepreneurial experience and 6 years of teaching and academic experience. Basically, his educational qualification is basically BE Production Management, Production Engineer and MBA. And he is clear his UGC net in management also. And he has been a resource person for various webinars, conferences, seminars, workshops, and entrepreneurship development programs, awareness camp, women EDP, all are sponsored by Department of Science and Technology and EDA Tamil Nadu government. So with this brief introduction, I welcome Mr. Venkatesh sir for this wonderful session, and I request when Mr. Venkatesh sir to produce the session, sir. You can handle the session, sir. Thank you.
Fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. And first of all, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Anbuli sir for giving me this wonderful opportunity. It's a great privilege and honor for me to be among you in this wonderful day. Though we had scares of cyclone hitting Chennai, till now the weather is pleasant and not much damages here. And once again, I would like to thank Anbuli sir for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And is my voice loud and clear?
Yes, sir, you can go ahead, sir. No issues, sir. No issues.
Fine, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Fine, thank you. Yeah, I'll share my presentation. So today's topic for discussion is finance for MSMEs. So finance has been the lifeblood of any business. So though there are multiple domains like managing, marketing, operations, finance, HR, the most lively and essential thing for any business is finance. So finance is something which drives us, which drives the business, which is part and parcel of any operations or any transaction we do. before we get into the session, let's have it's customary practice to have a words of wisdom from great conglomerates. So in that line, I would like to start my session with words of wisdom from few people. So one is Warren Buffett. You know, he's a great investor, and he is one among the topmost richest person in the world. And what he says is he has two rules. Rule number one, never lose money. Rule number two, never forget rule number one. So what does he mean by that? So never lose money. Even if you are not able to generate revenue in terms of the financial condition, economic condition, socio-cultural climate, but always ensure that you don't lose money. So that should be your primary objective, and that should be the only objective you should have. Some people, after starting an MSME, will cling on to that whether they make money or not. But according to Warren Buffett, the greatest investor, what he says is never lose money. And rule number two is never forget rule number one. And as you know him, he is Bill Gates, CEO of Microsoft. He says, I never took a day off in my 20s, not one. So it is our customary practice, or it is our objective, it is our duty to tell our youngsters, our students, that it is the early age, they should not think about relaxing and taking days off. So as Microsoft CEO says, he's never taken a day off in the early 20s, which means that full dedication, full commitment towards work, which will lead to a better financial management and better business growth. Next, we have Sudha Murthy ma'am. So, as you know, she is the better half of Mr. Narayana Murthy, the founder of Infosys. What does say? Money should come slowly over a period of time. Then only does one respect it. If it is like a rainfall, if money falls off, there'll be no respect for money, right? So it should come in a phased manner, and it should be a linear growth should be there, and it should not be like a hockey stick growth, which is not which is possible only in films and in dreams. You will not see a hockey stick growth. It should be a gradual and steady growth, so that everybody listens or respects to money. Last but not least is Ratan Tata. He says make emergency fund a priority. So normally we don't have some priority for emergency fund. When we'll normally we'll have the approach like we'll cross the bridge when we reaches it. But that should not be the case. As said by Ratan Tata, we should have some emergency fund, and that should be our most priority. First plan for that, then plan for everything else. So with these words of wisdom, we'll move on to the session, and we'll try to understand what is the general perspective about finance management. When I say finance management, what will come to your mind? What do you think about finance management in business? If you say that compiling financial data and preparing financial statements is what financial management is all about in business, then you're confusing accounts and finance. So accounts is something you compile financial data, prepare financial accounts, audit it, and then submit for further course of action. So that is completely different from the financial management in business. So accounting and finance has to be there should be a line between accounting and finance, and we should understand what is accounts and what is finance. Normally, when we talk about the engineering college students, they say that sir, namakku finance la varadu. So that is not the case, right? So accounts is something which can be practiced by people who are experienced in commerce, accounts, and accounting skills is something different from the finance skills. Then what is this financial management? Financial management is the ability to take intelligent decisions financially. So whatever decisions you take based on finance in business, that is financial management. So we cannot say that I don't want to get into finance. I'm not interested in finance. Or normally science students and engineering students, they will come out and tell to us that the finance management is not my cup of tea. But finance has to be any individual's primary objective, because that will drive the entire nation, and globally also it is driving the entire. Okay, before we get into the finance for MSMEs, let's have some thumb rule for individual or personal finance. So if we have some thumb rule, then it will help us in disciplining our financial management. So the thumb rule one is save before spending. So in India, normally what we do is, whenever we get some income, we spend, or we do some incur some expenses, and whatever is left we save. But it has to be in the other way around. First, whenever we receive an income, we should calculate our savings, and we should set apart the savings whatever we need to have, and then with the remaining amount we should go for the expenses. I'm sure most of us may not adopt this policy, but if you are doing it, it's well and good and it's great. So always when we receive an income, take some portion and keep it for savings, and then with the remaining we can focus on the expenses. So that is the thumb rule number one. Okay, the thumb rule number two is how much to save. So that is the second question in our mind. Okay, okay, now I want to save. How much should I save? So if you are in mid 20s, then 10% of your income should be for savings. And if you are mid 30s, 25% of your income should be for savings. And if you are in 40s, then 30% of your income should be for savings. So this is just a thumb rule. If you follow this principle, then your post retirement will be of great meaning. So the third thumb rule here is 50-20-30 rule, which means out of the total income what you get, 50% you should allocate for living expenses. Whatever the expenses you make, it has to be 50% of your total income, and 20% for savings. It could be for meeting short-term goals, medium-term goals, or long-term goals. Okay, we'll have multiple goals, short-term, medium-term, and long-term. So for catering to all this, we should have a savings of 20%, and then 30% will be for spending, like normal spending, like outing, food, travel, whatever the luxurious spending you want to have, you can have it for 30% of that. So if you follow this rule, then it becomes your financial management becomes easy in personal life also. Thumb rule number 4, 24-10 rule. Uh, Suppose if we are interested in buying a car, then we can also tell this to our students. If they are interested in buying the car, then 20% should be the down payment, and the maximum tenure should be 4 years, and 10% of the annual income should cover the EMI and monthly car expenses. So if they work out on this particular aspect, then it becomes easier for them to have a financial discipline. So 24-10 rule, which means, suppose if it is car or whatever you want to get in down payment, I mean in installments, then 20% you should be able to bone that. So 30% is down payment, 4 years tenure maximum. This will not be applicable for your real estate investment or house building, etc., but it is for some other smaller things in life. So 20% as down payment, 4 years tenure, 10% of your annual income for EMI and monthly car. If your EMI falls within that 10% along with the car expenses, then do not face any glitch in between, and you can have a smooth sailing. The next thumb rule is 3 to 6 months household spending should be your emergency fund. So what is an emergency fund? In case of emergency, like we had pandemic stuck, or we may come across some emergencies in families, or in working conditions, on things like that. So always it is advisable to have 3 to 6 months of household spending, so we can withstand that jerk, and we can take off from there. So for emergency fund, we should have at least 3 to 6 months of household spending at store. And thumb rule number 6 is life cover. So it should have 20 to 13 times of your annual income as your life cover. And also it should be your retirement corpus should be 20 times your annual income. So only if you have that, the rest of your life will be very peaceful and easygoing. So plan accordingly. And for that, the first rule will be helpful for you: save before spending. So first thing what you should do, or what we should tell our students to do, is that whenever they get an income, they should save some money, then plan for expenses. Normally, what these youngsters nowadays do is that they anticipate some income and start spending now. That is like using credit cards. You anticipate some income, you start spending now, and then whatever little is left, they go for savings. So that trend has to be changed, and income first, savings first, then expenses. And as we said, we should set some financial goals, and it should be smart goals. As we all know, it should be smart, indicates specific goals, measurable goals, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So what does the smart uh, indicate to us? I'll just give you an example of a smart goal so that we can understand it in a better way. Suppose if buying a car is a goal, so it involves financial commitments. So smart, what is smart in it? S is specific, be specific about it. So I plan to save for a down payment on a new car. So that is specific. I'm going to save something, some amount. அப்படின்னு சொல்றதை விட I want to plan to save for a down payment on a new car. ஒரு புது கார் வாங்குறதுக்காக நான் சேவ் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா it is a specific goal. And what is measurable in that? I plan to save rupees 50,000 for a down payment. ஒரு 50,000 down payment கட்டணும்னு நான் பிளான் பண்ணியிருக்கேன் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா it is a measurable goal. And what is attainable? I plan to save rupees 5,000 from every paycheck. Whatever paycheck, whatever income I get, out of that 5,000 will go for my down payment investment. Okay, so that is attainable. Which is attainable? Okay, suppose my salary is X, then I pay, then I save 5,000 out of that, which is also attainable. And realistic, that is realistic, right? Out of a corpus we can save 5,000 monthly. Next is C is time bound, so we should have some time bound. So I plan to save rupees 5,000 for a down payment on a new car for 1 year. So with 1 year, I'll be saying 5,000 per month. So roughly I'll have 60,000 in my hand, which I could use it for my down payment. So the financial goal should be set in such a way that it should be smart enough, which means it should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be attainable, it should be realistic, and it should be time bound. And when we say that we should set financial goals, it should be realistic in the sense that we should not set too high. And suppose if I say that I'm going to save 80% of my say income, which is a very too high target and which we cannot achieve, we cannot sustain for quite some time. So which is not advisable. And also we should not keep a very low goal also, because that should be very meager amount and does not help you in the long run. So it should be just right. So what is the right level? We are the best person to judge what is right. So it should not be too high, too low. It should be just at the uh, possible level, which is attainable and realistic. Okay. So getting on to the finance and business perspective, we need to anticipate many things in business. So the crux is anticipation here. So we should ask many questions, or many questions will pop up when we think about finance and business. So let's try to list out some of the questions here. The first question would be, what is most likely to happen and when will happen? You need to anticipate that. What will happen in business? When will the first customer will walk in? When will the 100th customer will walk in? If I am starting a new business, and what will be my position after 5 years or after 3 years? So I should have asked these questions and try to find these answers for these questions. So next question would be, what can go right along the way? So okay, I have taken a decision, I have taken some loan, and I have invested in my business. I am starting my business, and what are the things that will make it perfect? Is there anything that will help me in achieving my goal? Okay, so that I need to anticipate that, and then I should also think about what can go wrong. There is a saying that you must always look for the best and aim for the best, but be prepared for the worst. Means that we should always aim higher, but we should also have plan B for if everything goes in the negative. So what should I do? How should I tackle this? So I need to have an anticipation for things which will go wrong. I need to anticipate that and then plan for that as well. Okay. Next is, what should happen to achieve the business objective? So what is my business objective? So different people start business for different with different objectives in their mind. Some people want to become rich, some people want to create an impact on the society, some people want to create jobs, some people want to have some social impact. But ultimately, for any business, the bottom line is making profit. We cannot, either in the short run or in the long run. Even if you want to create an impact on the society, in the long run, it is going to be beneficial for the business growth. So the objectives should be set clearly, and the students should have a clear objective of why do they want to start this business. So as entrepreneurs, the objective of a business is more important, because that will channelize all of our efforts, time, money, intellects into a focused area. So we should understand what is the objective, and it might differ from people to people, but it should have some objective. Next is, what does it mean to grow too fast in the industry? Okay, so how is the industry performing now? Suppose I want to start a food truck. So how is the food industry growing? What are the chances of growth in food industry? What is the current trend? You need to understand all this. That will help us in taking financial decisions as well. Next question is, how fast can the business grow without outside debt or equity? Okay, with bootstrapping. So what do we mean by bootstrapping? Whatever little things I have, I should get started. Okay, I should not keep blaming the outside world for not providing me fund, not providing grant, not providing me with loan. So how far the business can grow without getting any outside support in terms of funding? Is there any possibility for me to generate my own resources and get my business to grow? So that should be another question we must ask. The next question that comes to mind is, how much capital is required to increase the growth by X%? Suppose if it is an existing business or a newly started business, the first month the transaction or the turnover is so much, and if you want to increase that by X percentage, what should be the additional capital I should put here, or I should invest in the business? How much capital is required to increase the growth by X%? So that will be another question which we need to find answer. And the last question is, how much can be financed internally and how much to come from outside sources? First, we must understand what is the potential of the business promoters, founders, or business partners. And from the business, how much additional margin could be generated to cover all the expenses. Then, how much we should outsource from the other parties. Okay, if it is startup, then why do a startup need finance, or why do they need funds? So we can classify that into three categories. One is cash flow challenges, capital investments, and lengthy product development. So what do you mean by cash flow challenges? So we need finance for doing certain operations like purchase of inventory, salary to employees, and advertising and marketing expenses, branding expenses, establishment expenses. For all that we need cash flow, and that becomes a challenge with whatever limited fund we have. So there is a need for startup finance to cater to these cash flow challenges. Next is capital investments. So as a business owner, we must invest in infrastructure, building and equipments, plant and machinery, and all those involves cost again. So we need money for that. Next is some products may take longer time to develop. For example, Tesla is working on a product which has been they've been trying, testing, creating MVPs, minimum viable product, then prototype that, test it in the pilot market, then take it to the commercial market. So all these involves time, and also they require uh, fund for doing all this. So from ideation stage to commercialization stage, a lot of expenses has to be incurred. That is why there emerges a strong aspect for startup finance. Okay, there are three core principles in entrepreneur finance, especially for MSMEs. The first principle is more cash is preferred to less cash. Okay, suppose we do a business, and our customer says that, okay, I'll pay you 50% cash now and 50% at a later date, and I'll pay you let's say 5% extra. Okay, so now the core principle is that more cash is preferred to less cash. So we must adopt for immediate cash payment rather than giving it on a credit and taking that small bit of interest. uh, So that should be the first principle. The second principle, cash sooner is preferred to cash later. That is what I said now. I need to take in as much cash immediately rather than getting it at a later date, because cash flow management is far more important for an MSME or a startup finance, because you'll have to face a lot of expenses before revenue actually generates or started to flow into the business. So cash is more important, and less risky cash is preferred to more risky cash. If it is more risky cash, obviously there will be a higher return, but always prefer low risky cash if it is MSME or startup finance, because at the early stage we are not affordable to take high risks, and then what happens if something negative happens and we might burn our fingers. So that has to be avoided. So the core principle is more cash is preferred to less cash, cash sooner is preferred to cash later, and less risky cash is preferred to more risky cash. Okay. I would like to narrate the story, Hare and Tortoise, and try to figure out how the business climate is now, or how the business is functioning now. So, as we said, the core principles are cash is more important. So, it has to be more sooner and less risky. Okay. So, I would try to relate this Hare and Tortoise story, which we all of us know that story, but anyway, I would like to narrate it in my own way so that we can understand the business perspective better. As we know, there was a race called for, and Hare and Tortoise was participating in that race, and the race started. The tortoise ran very fast initially, and it found a shade, and it slept there, and tortoise slowly crawled and it crossed the finish line and won that. So that is the scenario one. The finish line is crossed by tortoise, and we were taught that slow and steady wins the race. Yes, of course, slow and steady will win the race. Now, after this scenario, a loser will not. Suppose let's assume that this is a business situation, and one company is overtaking the other company because of its own fault. So the competitors will not leave it, right? They'll go off on another race or another round of action. So the second race started. This time, since Har lost the first race, it started to run the race very fast and it finished the touchline. So this is the scenario 2. So we got a moral or we got a lesson: fast and consistent beat the slow and steady. So in business also, if you are fast and consistent, you can beat slow and steady. So that first scenario condition is overcome by the second scenario condition, wherein a business which is going at slow and steady pace, though it will win, but if you're fast and consistent, you can beat the slow and steady. Okay, now the second race is done. Now the loser here, the tortoise, understands that okay, fast and consistent is capable of beating the slow and steady. So I should do something to win this match. So what tortoise said is that they wanted to have a third race. Okay, the third race, what happened is, so it chose its own path. Tortoise said, okay, we'll choose this path and we'll have a race. And it had a river stream flowing through the path. And this time the tortoise swam and it finished the third, third scenario. So what is the moral here? Identify your core competency and change the playing field according to you. If it is not your strength, identify what is your core competency and what is your strength, and play the field according to your strength so that you will be the winner competing with other business scenarios. So if you want to take a competitive edge, choose your playing field. In our cases, target customers are playing field. If a area is too crowded and if it is what we say, it is red ocean strategy is being followed, which means a lot of competition is there, then choose your own niche market, choose your own target segment, so that you can, what is your core strength and what is the competitive edge you have over the competitors, pick that, then you can win the race irrespective of the speed at which you operate. So first case, slow and steady wins the race. Second, fast and consistent could also win the race. And the third condition is your core competency, and if you choose your playing field, you can win the race. Okay. So after 3 races, Hare and Tortoise became very friends. So after being together, and now they don't want to lose. They want neither of them to lose. So the scenario 4 is both of them want to be winners. So what they did is, till the river bank they ran, and at the river bank the hare climbed over tortoise and both of them crossed the finish line. So what does it say? Collaboration is a winning strategy. So this has been working out very well, and the success of Swiggy, Zomato, Amazon, everything is based on even Ola, everything is based on collaboration strategy. Okay, this is very apt for the current scenario. So collaboration is a winning strategy. So we need to collaborate with multiple peoples. We need to collaborate with multiple aspects. We need to collaborate with multiple things so that we create a win-win situation in a business scenario. Okay, so all the 4 are winning strategies. So according to the current trend and current strategy, collaboration is always a winning strategy.
Excuse me, Mr. Venkatesh, there was
Yes, sir.
Mr. Karthik has raised his hand. Mr.
Yes.
Karthik, Mr. Karthik, are you there?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir.
Just go ahead. Just go ahead. Just go ahead.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Sir, the
Yes.
financial related doubt was there, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Sir, we have started one small unit.
Pardon?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear you now.
Am I audible, sir? Am I audible, sir?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, sir. We have started a small unit. I won't say a small unit. It's like a franchisee type of company.
Okay.
My friend and me, I'm only supporting her. Started in
Okay.
Chennai.
Okay.
The Just Fried Rice was the name of the brand.
Okay.
And it's only we are putting fried rice and everything. But after a few days, we started. I don't have any ideas. We started very freshly because they will support us. I thought like that.
Okay.
But we are not able to run with our own, money. That's a problem, sir, that I don't ask.
Okay.
What should we do, sir? Whether this 1 month we started, but we don't want to close that particular shop. It's a very small shop
Okay.
only, sir. So what should
Okay.
we do that, sir? We get any amount from our friends or a loan from others, or we need to stop and we need to get some amount. Then we need to reach out because we already opened it with one celebrity, local celebrity. YouTube videos are
Okay.
also we started, sir. So that
Okay.
was a
Okay.
big doubt for me, sir. We given so
Okay.
many ideas on it, sir.
Fine. So did you do any market research before starting that company?
No, sir, we believed in that's only we don't know anything about
Okay.
we only had passion to start a food related company that fried rice and noodles, but
Fine.
we
Fine.
believed that franchising will support us. Just fried rice because
Okay.
they are having 10 branches there, but they
Okay.
didn't support like we expected. They totally given to us. Okay, you do that. We only provide machines and the people to work in that machine. No, that
Okay.
noodles.
Okay.
That's they are having one innovative thing like automatic noodles machine. That machine itself.
Okay.
We only need to support them, but machine itself, that kada itself will rotate. So like that they need to.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the problem with a lot of
Yes, sir.
franchisee models nowadays,
Okay.
because the franchisee is given, franchise should be given only when you prove that this is a workable model. For example,
Oh, okay.
Naturals is going on complete franchising free now,
Yes, sir.
because
Naturals that
they are
salad.
making a lot of profit in their own outlet, and then they copy this model and they give it as a franchisee. But there are
Yes, sir.
some organizations which offer franchisee because they don't they're not competent enough to run that business. So we should
Okay,
be
sir.
very
Okay, sir.
careful in adopting or taking up franchisee. We should do a lot of market research. We should understand. That is what I said as what is your core competency, and if
Yes,
it
sir.
fits to your core competency, then you can take it forward. If not, uh, or the scenario 4 could be better if they could collaborate with you in a better way. If not,
Yes,
it
sir.
is high time you stop that and try to create your own brand,
Yes, sir. Yes,
identifying
sir.
your own customer base, and then take it forward from there. So that will
Because
be
it's
my
having
suggestion.
yeah, sir. Because it's in under so many financial crunch. Even after just 1 month is completed, we're having
Yeah,
so
yeah,
many
yeah.
crunch in the finance level. That's only I asked you, sir.
Fine, fine, fine. So
Thank you, sir.
it's always better to do market research and then
Oh,
do a bit of analysis of the franchisor and the industry you're focusing on,
food
rather
related.
before taking a
Yes, sir.
decision, rather than repenting after taking a decision.
Okay, sir. Yes,
Even
sir.
now, it is
We
not too late. You can
yes,
focus
sir.
on your core competency. If you are good in creating your own brand,
Okay, sir.
with whatever limited resources you have, you can start your own thing, because that will help you in establishing your brand, and whatever little business you get will support you
Yes, sir.
in establishing your entity.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And thank you, Mr. Undi, sir. You can continue. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so next aspect is when we decide on our business, the next one is the sources of finance. So what should be my finance? Suppose if I want to start my business, the first uh, investment will be from my own side, that is personal investment. So if I am exhausted with my personal investment, as raised by Karthik sir, the next alternative would be friends and families to support me so that I can build my own business. And the third option is, if I'm growing a bit bigger, then angel investors will come in. But for that, I need to have a innovative idea. After that, venture capitalists will come in. Then I can look for bank loans. Then grants and subsidies is also another source of finance. So all these are sources of finance. We can reach out to any of them. Of course, everything is in abundance now. We need to follow the right path to tap any of these sources. For example, even if you want to get money from friends and family, You need to prove them that you are competent enough to run the business. You have the good traction. You have a good customer base. You have a good potential for growth. So all that will be if you could prove all this, then money will follow you from any of these, because nowadays people are having lots and lots of money at their disposal. They are trying to find the correct idea or correct business. And even now, the Niral Tirula is happening at EDI Tamil Nadu along with TNSTC. So that is also parallelly happening. If you have a business idea, then EDI is also there to support you. And if you could prepare a very good pitch along with your innovative idea, then they could connect you to multiple peoples for getting finance. So this is how our ladder goes. First, we should invest our own money, that is bootstrapping. So that will be a limit for it. And after that, we can take the help from friends and families. When our business grows and when family, friends, money is not sufficient for us to proceed further, then we can go for angels. Angels are people who don't uh, ask for a proven track record. If you have a good business idea, if you have an innovative product, and if you have good potential for traction, then they'll start investing in your business. Only thing is, the idea should be innovative, it should be disruptive, um, and it should completely change the way the problem is being solved. It should be a problem solving one. We cannot okay, I'll stop here and tell you one small thing. This is an era wherein we talk about innovation. There was times when entrepreneurship was considered the best, and there were times when professionals were considered the best, and this is an era of innovation. So what is this innovation is all about? Why do I struggle to get my money or investment when someone else is able to get in lakhs and lakhs of money or crores of money as investments? So what is that edge we should have? Is all about innovation. So what is this innovation is all about? We Indians are very good inventors. So we invent a lot, but we don't know how to commercialize things. We don't try to find the correct customer for it. We don't try to match up the product with a solution fit, or a problem with a solution fit. We need to identify a problem, we need to identify the pain points of the individuals, and we should understand what are the alternatives they are using to solve this particular problem, and then what are the pain points in that problem. So if you could understand all this, and if you could identify one pain point or a couple of pain points faced by the customers in the current way of solving a problem, and if you could deliver how it could solve those pain points, then it becomes innovation. And if you have that innovation, then the finance becomes very easy. You need not struggle a lot to get finance. People will start chasing you if you have a disruptive or innovative business model. It need not be an invented one or a discovered one. It could be a small change in process, it could be a small change in the product, it could be an additional feature, it could be a new market, it could be some small change that could disrupt the way people look at it. It could change the lifestyle of the people. So if we could do some innovative product outcome, then finance becomes easy, investment becomes easy. So that is what angels, seed capital, or venture capitalists look for. They focus more on the innovation rather than traditional or conventional way of business, because when we do traditional or conventional business, our growth rate is limited to 10%, 20%, and it grows only in percentages. But if it is innovative, it grows in multiple flows and exponential level. You can understand the growth of Zomato, Swiggy, and even Ola. All these are completely, the growth rate is too high. And even Thyrocare for that matter. They started very small, and after some time, Form Easy has now acquired that at a voluminous amount of 600 crores. So, which is again, how you grow business is also more important, and how innovative you are in solving the problem. So, next to angels is seed capital. So, they provide you, if you have a prototype, they'll give you capital to take that to a commercial level. And with commercialization, you can prove your traction and how potential it is to grow. If we could prove that, then venture capitalists will come in, and they'll invest in crores and crores of rupees. They have that at their disposal. And next is the banks and government schemes will also come in. Then for banks, there are collateral free loans is also being offered by some of the banks. Some national banks also doing that, but it involves quite some procedural process has to be followed. Next, we can go for private placements, or finally the initial public offerings or IPOs. So that should be the ultimate objective for any company which is starting small. So you need to cross all this to reach that level. And when we get into IPO, then it is an what to say, that it is an unsecured investment for everybody. So it becomes very easy for the company to grow. So as we said, there are two aspects. One is the debt component, the other is the equity component. So we need to decide on which form or what should be the ratio and how should I manage this. Again, it depends on the nature of the business you are into and the background of your business. So what is debt financing? It is, you need to pay an interest while paying back the amount you get. And equity financing is you shell out certain shares to another partner, or an angel investor, or a seed fund investor, or to venture capitalists. They'll take up some share from your business and they'll invest in your business. So what is good? Should we go for debt financing or should we go for equity financing? So what is the first, let's try to understand what is the difference between debt financing and equity financing. So if it is debt financing, even if I don't do business for a day or a month, I need to repay the amount with interest. For example, I say that let's assume the case of lockdown. Okay, let's not take it to that level. Suppose Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to leave, provide holiday for my business. Okay, so Monday morning, I cannot go and tell the banker that because Saturday and Sunday was holiday, I cannot pay interest. So you need to pay interest for the entire period you're avail that loan. So that is the case with debt financing. But if it is equity financing, suppose if in 1 month you're not making profit at all, you can tell your investors that, sorry gentlemen, this year we're not making profit, so we're not going to pay any dividend. You can pass the resolution and tell them that, sorry, no dividend this time. When we make profit, we can take it the next time. Okay, so that flexibility is there in equity financing and compared to debt financing. So there are, as I said, a lot of advantages and disadvantages in debt financing. So advantages are, you need not relinquish your ownership. You will remain as the owner. You just have to pay fixed interest, and ownership will be with you. And you enjoy the greater return on equity. Whatever return you get, it's completely yours. You just need to pay only the interest portion of it. And cost of borrowing is also very low, and you can get term loans at the rate of 8 to 10%, and to the max of 13 to 14%, you can get a loan. So which is your cost of borrowing. Okay, so what are the disadvantages in debt financing? Every month on month, you'll have to pay regular interest, which will burn your fingers in the initial stages, because your revenue may not be flowing freely as in your growth stage or maturity stage. So initial period, you'll have to incur all these interest payments, which will be of burden to you. Next is continuous cash flow problem will be there. If your, as I said, if your revenue is low and if you're constantly paying your debts and other things, then cash flow crunch will be there, which will inhibit your growth and development. So these are the advantages and disadvantages we have in debt financing. So should I go for debt financing or equity financing? Let's analyze that and then we'll decide which is best. So common sources of debt financing are, one is the trade credit. So what do you mean by trade credit? We buy some products from our suppliers in the form of credit. So that is trade credit. We can, next debt sources, commercial banks. Commercial banks also offers loan. Some finance companies also offer loan. Factoring can be done, and leasing is another option. And again, some loan associations also, and small banks and micro banking will also lend you loans, and insurance companies also provide some loans. Okay, see, wherever the term loan is there, then it is attached to the debt financing. And each source will provide financing for different types of business and at different levels. So trade credit is given to everybody, whether it is a startup firm, existing firm, or if it is short term, long term, or medium term, whatever it is, then trade credit is available. Banks, startup firm, they may not if you prove your business records, if you have good documents to support your business, then they might be interested. Short term they give, medium term also they give, and long term obviously they'll give for long term also. And finance companies, short startup sometimes they give, and existing business they give, and short term finance they are good in giving, and intermediate okay. And we can read from the table that whatever source of finance, then whatever type of business, we can adopt and approach them in such a way that we could get debt financing. Next is equity financing, which is you don't have any legal obligation to, as an entrepreneur, you don't have any legal obligation to repay the amount. Once you get that amount, it is yours. You can run the business. No need to pay interest for that. And it could be in the form of public offering and private placements. So going public for raising capital will be the ultimate objective of any business unit by issuing new common stocks. So debt and equity, which side to go? So what are the advantages of equity financing? The advantage is that the size of capital is not restricted. You can go for n number of shares, and the capital amount is not restricted. You can opt for whatever size of capital you want. And also liquidity is also there. Whenever you want to sell your shares, it is available in the market, and the value also gets appreciated in equity, and the value of business also gets improved. And also, instead of debt, if suppose, let's say, if you're taking debt from a bank, but if you're taking equity, then okay, he has shares and his share value is so much, and it creates an image, right? Okay, so that is the advantage of getting into an equity. So what are the disadvantages? Again, a cost of investment is more here, because you have to do all the regulatory framework, you have to create documents, you have to prepare prospectus, filing, SEBI, vetting, all these becomes a costly affair. And disclosure, we have to give a lot of disclosures, and every care should be taken to prepare those reports, which is again a tedious process. And you cannot straight away go into IPO. As I said, there are multiple levels you need to cross before you go for IPO. Merchant banking has to be there, lead bankers has to support you, and all these will happen. So all these becomes disadvantages, and the shareholders pressure will always be there, because if you are given loan and if you are repaying at regular intervals, bankers will not interfere in your business at all. But shareholders, you'll have to call shareholders meeting, annual general body meeting. You have to conduct every year. So if you do all that, then the pressure of shareholder will be always be there on the business owner if you're going for equity finance. So we are the best judge to decide on whether we need to go for equity or debt. We cannot completely rely on debt capital because we may have to sell out a lot of interest, and also we may not completely rely on equity capital because if we shell out a lot of shares to the outside people, then they may take control of the business. So if whoever has 51% of the stake, they have the right to claim the management. So we need to balance between both. Some portion of equity should be there, some portion of debt should be there, and this mix will help us in running the business smooth. And the third option or the good option is the venture capitalists. So venture capitalists are people who provide not just money, they'll help you in growing your business. So it is better to access venture capitalists and take their support, but it is a bit I would say a tedious process, or you need to undergo multiple rounds of discussion, and you need to prepare lots and lots of reports. You need to do a lot of groundwork before getting a venture capital into the fold. So what are the supports they provide apart from the regular capital? So they also provide capital for startups and expansion, and they'll also help in because they become part of the business. They have some stake in the business. They help us in doing market research and strategy. They do management consultancy. They do audits. They do evaluation. They provide network facilities like providing contacts of customers, suppliers, business people, etc. And they help in negotiating technical agreements with if we want some technology transfer or something like that, they'll help us in negotiating that. And they help us also in establishing management and accounting, whatever help we need in operations, they'll help us. And they help in employee recruitment. Suppose if you want particular talent from particular company or particular talent with certain set of job description, they'll help us in identifying and reaching out to them. And they'll also give us the HR policies on how to retain an employee. So nowadays that's been a great challenge for HR people, because the Gen Z or the younger generation, what they do is that initially there was a nature that if you get into a job, we could see lots of people coming out, retiring from that one same particular job. But now it's been a tradition or trend that these youngsters doesn't want to stay in a company not more than 2 or 3 years. So it is a very big challenge for HR people to hold these people together and to minimize the attrition rate. So that is a great challenge. So these VCs will also help in devising the HR policies such as to keep these HR intact, because every domain will be part of the business, and we need to manage every domain so that we can run it in a smooth manner. And they'll also help in risk management and support wherever insurance has to be taken care of. They also provide counseling and guidance with respect to government compliances and other statutory bodies. So all these support will be given by venture capitalists. Only thing is you need to have an innovative idea. You should have traction. You should have good potential to grow. But there is some 5 myths in respect to venture capitalists. So myth number 1, which is all myths, which is by myths we know that it is not perfect or correct. Okay, so myth 1, venture capital firms want to own control of your company and tell you how to run the business. It's a myth. Actually, what they are trying to do is they are trying to support the firm to grow faster and in a better rate. So that is what they are trying to do, but it is misunderstood that they are trying to control the company. So myth 2 is venture capitalists are satisfied with the reasonable return on investment. if we provide some reasonable amount of investment, they'll be satisfied. No, that is a myth. They wanted to grow in multi-folds, minimum 10x, 20x. So that is how they want to see the business growth, and they want to capture the market. And third myth is venture capitalists are quick to invest. Definitely not. They are not quick to invest. They'll vet the process. They'll call for multiple discussions. They'll ask n number of why questions, and then try to figure out answers for all these questions. You need to work a lot on groundwork. You need to do. We need to do market research. You need to do research in terms of competitive analysis, feasibility study. All that have to be done before we launch or get into a business. So all that has to be done, and so they'll not quickly invest in your business. They need to understand how committed you are, so how serious you are in taking this, how passionate you are. All that is also considered. But not only that, they'll also see the potential for growth and the industry and what market share it could acquire in a shorter period of time. So all these are myths only. Okay, the fourth myth is venture capitalists are interested in backing new ideas and high technology investments. Management is a secondary consideration. No. So management is their primary objective. So they don't mind whether it is high tech oriented or low tech oriented. The basic thing is that how effective it is in creating an impact on the society, how effective it is in disrupting the market, how faster this product can be commercialized, what is the go-to-market strategy you have. All these has to be will be considered by the venture capitalists. The last myth is venture capitalists need only basic summary information before they make an investment, which is not at all right. I've been Junie to multiple idea pitching sessions wherein they come out with a beautiful business idea, but mere business idea will not help you in getting the required investment you want. So what should be that? You should create a proper business plan. I think Anbuli sir has also arranged a session on business plan preparation in a couple of days. So wherein we can see complete description of how a business plan should be, and how what are the things should be incorporated in a business plan, and that in detail. So business plan is what they look for, and they also look for the business model canvas. What is your business model? How you generate revenue? How you could what are you going to do with the investment you get? Everything they'll study before finalizing on whether to invest in this venture or not. But if they commit, then they don't mind investing in huge sums, and that corpus could be used for your business development and for your business growth. So what is the return on investment expected by the venture capitalists at startup business? If it is an idea stage, because they are investing at an idea stage level, then they expect around 60% plus of your return of your income. So whatever is your return on investment, 60% would be their expectation, because at startup stage or ideation stage, because you will not have any traction to prove, you not have any business or turnover to prove them that this is capable of winning. So when there is a doubt whether this will win or not, if they could sense some vibrancy in the product, vibrancy in the market, vibrancy in the customer segment you have, then they'll be investing to the tune of 10 to 15% of the investment. One second. Yeah. So so they might expect more than 60% also. And if it is first stage financing, if it is a new business started slowly, and you have started making slow progress, started making some revenue, then they may ask for 40 to 60% of your return on investment. And the second stage financing is the development stage, when the company has established a bit, you have a traction to prove, and it is almost commercialized. Then they might ask for 30 to 50%. The third stage financing is the expansion stage, when you're going for expansion, which means you have a full-fledged machinery setup, equipment is there, and if you want to cater to a different market, if you want to cater to a different sector of people, then they might ask for 25 to 40%. And if the business is in very poor condition and if you're looking to turn around that situation, then they may ask for 50 to more than 50 plus of return on investment would be their ask. So it depends basically on what level of investment, what stage we are in, and their investment level depends on that. So how do they evaluate a new proposal? So because I'm focusing much on venture capitalists, because we are good in understanding how we could raise debt market, how we could get the equity market or loans. So venture capital is a new area, and wherein there is a lot of myth in it, and people feel that okay, I have a good idea, so people will start chasing me. It is not that. You should have a proper business model, and this proper business model should be represented in a business model canvas, and this business model canvas to be translated to a business plan. So for your business plan, which will cover every single aspect of business, which will be thoroughly vetted by venture capitalists, and then they'll start investing. Okay, so what are the major categories they screen for in the new business? So they'll look at the entrepreneur's personality, how committed you are, what is your traits, what is your competency, so what is your strength, all that data analyze. Next is what is your experience in that particular field. So if you're not experienced, what is your who is your co-founder and what are their expertises, and what is the kind of people you want to hire and you want to keep along, and what is they'll do the SWOT analysis, or you'll have to do the SWOT analysis and prove to them that these are our strengths and these are our weaknesses and how we are going to overcome these weaknesses, and what are the opportunities available and what are the threats in the market. So completely you need to do analysis of that. Then tell them that I have this much of experience about this business and about this product, about this customer. All that has to be explained to them. So product and service characteristics will also be analyzed. What is the market condition? Who is the major market player? Is there any entry barrier into the market? All that will be considered. Then financial considerations. So how you are going to get your money, and what are your plans to invest that money in the various domains, and how you're going to get those money back and how you're going to repay them. Last is the nature of the venture team. So they'll have some specific domains to invest upon, and they'll also study the business founders expertise, and if it matches with them, they might opt for investment also. So how do they evaluate? The evaluation process is they do the initial screening, then initial screening when they have the discussion with the founders and co-founders. Next is, as I said, the business plan evaluation is the major role here. So after the initial screening, you'll be called to present your business plan, and n number of questions will be asked on business plan, and you'll have to retract to the drawing board, prepare that, come back again, go back, come back, go back, come back. So that should be the process. And once they are convinced with your business plan, then they'll do the final analysis, like the feasibility analysis, supplier analysis, consultancy, or any other thing, any other analysis possible, market analysis, economic analysis, political analysis, all that they'll consider before taking a decision on investment. So we talked about angels and VCs. So what are the difference between angels and VCs? So angels are people who fund for your idea, and VCs when you have an idea and you have some traction to prove. So these are the levels of angels and VCs. So we can understand by different heads, like what kind of person they are. So business angels should be entrepreneurs, so they'll help you in growing your business also, apart from being investors. Venture capitalists are investors and they may not be entrepreneurs. So they might provide you all supports, mentoring, everything, but they'll not get into the business aspects of your business. And firms funded. So what are the kind of firms they'll fund? Business angels, small and early stage investment. Venture capitalists, normally large and mature one. And due diligence, how do they do due diligence? Business angels, they do minimal, because if they are satisfied, they are going to be part of the business, so they'll invest. But venture capitalists, they do extensive due diligence, complete vetting of your business plan, then only they'll take a call. Location of investment, business angels are concerned about it because they'll be part of your business, so they will involved in day-to-day aspects of business, so they are more concerned about the location of investment. But venture capital is not important. They could be at any place, even overseas. Venture capitalists also are there. And contract, how do they sign contract? For businesses, it's very simple, but in venture capital, it's very comprehensive, and you need to cross in different hurdles to sign their contract. Monitoring after investment, it's hands-on and very active, basically for business angels. But venture capitalists, they decide only on the strategic level. The execution and implementation will be carried out by the business owner itself. Exiting the firm, they may not be business angels, they don't consider much about exiting. But venture capitalists, they are very much concerned about exiting the business. So they want to grow this business. At some point of time, they want to exit the business, selling all the shares and taking their money away. And rate of return, business angels, they don't mind even if it is less, but venture capitalists always demand for high rate of return. Okay. So with this, we understood how we could source, but though we started saying that accounts is different from finance, and we must focus more on financial decision making and things like that, a bit of knowledge about the statements is required, because that becomes part and parcel of your financial analysis. Okay, I'm not going to get into the details of preparing financial statements. I just tell you the importance of certain financial statements to prove to the investors that your business is healthy. So one is the cash flow statement. So what are the operations is being done there, how cash enters and leaves the business, which has to be recorded in a cash flow statement. And next is the profit and loss statement, which will tell us what is the gross margin, what is the earnings before tax and interest, all that, and what is the net profit. So people are concerned about the cash flow, your profit or loss, and the value of your company. The value of your company could be assessed through your balance sheet, which will have your assets, liabilities, and what is your contribution. So these three statements are mostly common, and it is more important for investors. So they look at these statements. And if you are new venture, you may not have a balance sheet to discuss about, so you'll have to make some pro forma or some projections. So what happened, if you're recording what happened, it is validated statements, and if you're projecting, it becomes a projected statement or pro forma. So we need to tell them that will it be profitable. How do we get that? From the pro forma of income statement. And where will the cash go and where will it come from? That will tell us the cash flow statement. And what will be worth? So what is your value? That will be seen in the balance sheet preparation or pro forma balance sheet. So if you are projecting something, then a good startup projection has three parts. One is the assumptions, because you may not have clear data to put into that, incorporate into that statements. So you need to have some assumptions, you need to do some calculations, and outputs also will be there. So assumptions are easy to it should be easy to identify and easy to change. Assumptions keep changing, and it should be easy to share. Calculations should be very simple, and it should be very correct, and it should be easy to follow. Output would be a pro forma P&L statement, profit and loss statement, a cash flow analysis, and everything has to be put in visuals. You cannot just put in numbers, and because VCs or investors may not have much time, or they may not have interest to look into the every details of it. So highlight those things in the form of visuals, create some visuals, create some infographics, and do some fund analysis and some valuation. Normally it is through discounted cash flow method. So if you do that, then it becomes easy for them to understand better. So what do they actually want from your projection? Why do they want? Because they also know that it is not facts, it is based on some assumptions. Then why do they want to see these projections? First of all, they want to see this because to understand the work what you do in the business. Next is your plan credible enough? Have you asked any number of questions before you get into those financial aspects? For example, we use 5 whys model. Why. So if you ask 5 whys, 5 whys, then you will have then you will understand that okay, yeah, the right path. We could understand the root cause of the problem, and we could address that. So that is how you should ask a good reasonable question before you come to a projection. And also help the projections will help us to understand which numbers are important. Suppose if the inventory is high, then they'll question that why do you want to keep so much of inventory. And if your sales is less, then they'll ask you that, you'll say that so many customers will be here and your sales may not be complementary to that. So this will help us and help them in understanding the correlation between different facts and figures, and to come to a business decision solutions. Okay, so when you start projecting things, a lot of things will happen in your brain, and you'll try to get into a situation wherein you can clearly explain and understand the business progress. First is you'll start asking the right questions. Next is you'll plan and experiment most of the values and try to create an impact based on your tests. Okay, so you'll ask questions, you'll plan, then you'll have milestones, and what are the resources you need to bring in, everything will be there, and how these data can be useful for taking decisions. All these 4 aspects will be part of your projection, and financial decisions will be taken based on these projections. Okay, next is, so what is a good projection, and what is a bad projection? So what is a good projection? We must give some value or leverage for whatever things we do. If it is your own money, if it is your own place, if it is your own time, you have to value that. Everything should be taken care of in your projections. Normally, the common mistake entrepreneurs do is that இது எங்க வீடு தான், வீட்டிலே பண்றேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி I'll not put some value to it. But for a successful business, you should consider, though it is your own thing, you should put at least a minimum rental value for that, so that to understand whether this business is a viable model or not, is it a sustainable model or a scalable model. Only when, if you could, because if your business is truly sustainable and scalable, you cannot operate at this level. At some point of time or the other, you'll have to grow bigger. So while growing bigger, when shifting from your own place to a rented place or a new building, you should not face the crunch. So initially, you should also have some minimum value attached to your time. And people tell them, when students come out with the entrepreneurial ventures, they'll tell us that, okay, sir, since I am doing this money, no salary. You'll have to consider all that. Even you are doing that, whatever minimum salary is to be paid for the third person, you'll have to have some projection for that, because at some point of time you'll come out of that role and then someone might fill in that role. And even at that time, it should be a sustainable business model. So everything should be investment and everything should be recorded. Okay, first you should have clear understanding of what are the expenses you're going to make or the investments you're going to make. Then what are the returns you'll get. So the investors will be mostly worried about both the aspects. One is what is the investment you are going to make in the business and how is the return you are going to get. Again, assumptions, it should not be magical, or as I said, hockey stick should not be there. Okay, should have a clean and very neat template. And what is the sales, it should be realistic, and every aspect of expenses should be covered, and it should be presented in the form of a visual. So 4 aspects are considered. One is the how do we attract your buyers, that is the cost, acquisition cost of the customers, how much you spend on marketing and what is the revenue you get out of that. Then is how do you sell your solution or deliver your product, what is the sales, what is the cost of goods, and what is the sale value, what is the difference, all that you need to calculate. Then how the customers feel, are they satisfied, and how is the after sales service you're providing, what is the customer mindset, what is the customer perspective, all that has to be studied. And finally you have to do a R&D and the payback period. For each quadrant we need to have an activity by activity measure and a comfortable numeric value should be attached, and what are the resources you need, money, time, energy, effort, everything should be calculated, and the ROI. So how do we estimate the financial funds? We need to classify it into 3 categories. One is the startup expenses, which you will incur only once while starting the business. What are the legal compliances, specifically if you want to go for a logo design, website design, ensuring your premises, people, etc., and initial payroll, training if you want to give to your employees, and pre-opening and marketing expenses, office supplies, consultant fees you pay, and any other miscellaneous expenses which you incur for one time. So all these are startup expenses. Next is your startup assets. Though it is an expense, you will have it as an asset. So we classify that into startup assets or fixed costs. So one is cash in bank, starting inventory, office furniture, signage boards, computer and office equipments, plant and machinery, the security deposit you pay, and any other assets, current assets, will be part of your startup assets. Recurring cost is the rent, utilities payable, inventory, marketing, etc., which will incur month on month. Every month you will have to incur these costs. So these are all recurring costs. So we need to classify all our expenses into broadly into these 3 categories. And the investors majorly look for 3 components. First one is the break even analysis. So at what time you break even, which means it is the profit no loss condition. That is, what is my revenue, what is my expenses, and is at what point of time my revenue will consume all my my expenses will consume all my revenue. Okay, so this is a state where there is no profit or no loss. So there is a formula, as you know, it is fixed cost by selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. So what is the variable cost attached to it per unit, and what is the selling price of the single unit? The difference of that will give you the contribution, and if you divide fixed cost by that, you will get the break even point. This can be studied easily through a graph also. So the blue line indicates the sales revenue. So from the right, the x-axis you have sales volume, y-axis you have the price. By selling from the first product, you'll start getting revenue, and there'll be some fixed cost. Even if you sell or not, you'll have to incur that cost. That is the black horizontal line. And there'll be some variable cost. Okay, and your total cost will be fixed cost plus your variable cost. So the orange line is your total cost. So you can also calculate the break-even point when your sales revenue touches the total cost line. So that point is the breaking point level. Beyond that, if you sell, then it will make profit, and if your sales is below that, then you will incur loss. So break-even point is more important from investor's point of view. Next is payback period. So how much I am paying, when will I get it back? So it is determined by the formula initial investment made to the annual cash flow. What is my cash flow and what is the investment I made? So in how many months or how many years I'll get back my money. Last one is the contribution margin. So what is my fixed cost in terms of value and my contribution percentage in terms of value will give me the break-even value. So all this we need to put in a form of a pitch deck for financial analysis, which means, so what are we going to do? The concept, the customer segment, and the business model. And how are you going to make money, cost and revenue, size of the opportunity, what is the potential, and how are you going to do it? Implementation plan should be given. Current status, what are the efforts you have put in, and who's behind this, the team, how is the competition, and what are the risk factors. You can get that from by market analysis. I need to have mitigation strategy for all the risk factors, and how much do you need and what will you use it for. So that is more important. At the final pitch deck, you will have what is that you require and in what way you're going to use this money, and finally the exit options, when can the investor exit and go. So this becomes a perfect pitch deck for you to present it in front of the investors. So I'm done with the presentation. Thank you. So I'm happy to take up questions if you have any. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Any queries? Some people have raised their hands. They can go ahead now. Dear participants, some two people have raised their hand. Yes, Abhishek Thomas and Tasin Bono. You can go ahead with the queries. Both are there. Simply they have raised their hands. Participants, you can ask your questions, or you can clarify your doubts. Tasin Bono, ma'am, are you there? They have raised their hands. Abhishek Thomas.
I'm audible?
Yes, sir, you can go ahead, sir. You can go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm Anthony. Actually, I have a small doubt.
Yes.
They are in this financial management, and you said equity financing, venture capital, and debt capital is there, sir. Sir, I have a query. One of my relatives is starting and running a business, and they are getting loan from bank also.
Okay.
And then he's taking the business in father's name. Now he's around 70. So they
Okay.
are going again to take up the loan or something. They said it's not eligible. Through MSC mode and Prime Minister Modi scheme also, they have apply a loan, but they not give that in father name.
Okay.
Now they have three sons. It is possible to take over that any one of the sons change the name and apply the same loan again?
Yes, the ownership can be changed. They can become. Is it what form of organization? Is it partnership form or proprietorship form?
No, no, no. It's only purely property firm. They have
Proprietorship
only
form.
running. There
Yeah,
is
they
no
can
partnership.
convert that into a partnership firm. A couple of sons, you said, no? They can become part of the partners, and then after some point of time, they can pass a resolution and they can take over the business from the father. Then they can approach the banker for a loan.
Okay. And on the time that which one
Partnership
is best
firm,
to equal?
yeah, a partnership firm would be preferred rather than a proprietary firm.
Okay, sir. So in that time, you said no, we may comparatively equity financing is better than while we are going for is it maybe which one is best one? Maybe we go for equity financing or maybe in venture capital. It is applicable for this criteria.
Depends on the kind of business. If it is an innovative business model, then definitely they can go for angel funds or seed funding. If it is conventional business, then they'll have to stick to the conventional method of financing.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Anthony, sir. Any other queries? Be free to clarify your doubts. It is not only for the business. You can ask your personal financial problem also, and it's all based on finance only. He has given a lot of the second slide. He has given a lot of myths and everything. So you can utilize that. It will be useful for our life also. So two people have still raised their hand. Abhishek Thomas, Carlson Bono are there, or I don't think so. They are not there.
Probably they
Okay.
can send an email and get that
If
also.
if not, you can put it in the, as usual, you can put it in the chat box. It will be read. You can use the
Sir,
chat box
I have
also.
another doubt.
Yes,
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead, Dr. Anthony, sir. Go ahead.
Maybe we have applied a car loan or a home loan. There are a lot of banks are also issuing, and some of the finance company also issue. Maybe what type of or which one we better? Maybe we will approach a bank or through lot of finance companies also giving. Maybe, but they are giving so lot of so terms and conditions are very something is we didn't understand. Sir, which one is best, sir? Maybe go by a government bank or private bank or financial or some microfinances also there. Which one is maybe adaptable for a normal middle class family?
Yeah. Again, it depends on the cost of capital. So whoever is giving the minimum rate of investment, I mean interest rate, you could prefer that. And though it is a bit a long process for with the banks, I would prefer you to go there because the processing fee and other components will be less when compared to private organizations. And ensure that you have sufficient down payment. Don't take complete debt finance for your own purpose car.
Okay. That's nice, sir. Don't have any money or any capital. It's suggestible to take a full amount in loan.
Preferably you could save some money for your down payment, fix up a financial goal for 1 year, and then you can take it. The reason behind is that you will have your own commitment level to repay the amount, and also bankers will also have some credibility on you, and your interest burden will also be very less.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm going to say what kind of savings you can prefer, whether it is bank or
Yes, sir.
whether
Yeah.
it is bank or we can go for some financial savings or we can go for that mutual funds.
Actually, our investments should have some portfolio wherein we cannot put all eggs in one basket. It should be
Multiple.
multiple avenues has to be utilized. Some part we could go for in gold, something in mutual funds, which is a good one. But if you are not very comfortable or if you are not very sure about share market and the technical analysis, it is better to refrain from directly investing in equity rather than you can go for mutual funds.
What about banks? Bank of long-term deposit or short-term deposits?
Depends on the needs. If it is not, if purely saving your account, saving your money in the safe hands is what you require, then banks is a good option. But if you want growth rate to be higher than the bank rate, then mutual option could be one. And if you want stable income, gold could be an option. And if you are good in taking risks, then you can invest in equity.
If you want to go for risk, you can invest in other things. Otherwise, we can put it in the bond or something in the bank or post office.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That will be most safest one, but regular income will be there.
Uh,
But growth wise,
but
it
the
will be
rate of
limited,
interest is very low.
very less, very less.
If anybody wants to take risk, they can go for that investment and other things in private company. Those things, right? So any queries? You can clear your doubt. Just he's an expert in finance also. I know him for the past 20, 12 to 13 years. That's why we are saying. So any queries? The two gentlemen, they have raised their hand. Now there was not there. Abhisha Thomas and Tashin Banu. Do you have any queries?
Sir, good afternoon. Good morning, sir. This is Saronan here. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Dr. Sanan, sir, you can go ahead.
Sir, one more query from my
Yes,
point
sir.
of view. Suppose if I am running a firm, suppose I have a running short of money to continue with that firm. So shall I prefer to go for joint venture, sir? So if we go for joint venture capitals, so we have to control over by those joint venture people, or we have to continue with our own forward steps, sir.
Now, if it is a joint venture, then you lose your ownership to some extent, and they'll have a major say depending upon the percentage agreed upon.
Join money lamma sir. Question answer.
Preferable,
Oh,
sir, if you go for
question
joint
answer.
venture, with any other measure we have to take it into running a firm, sir. Whether we go for a loan or in a bank with a smaller, lower interest, or we may go compulsory, we may
Ye-
go for some. Suppose if, instead of we are going to closing that venture, we have to running with
Yes.
that. That's what
Okay.
we want to do.
Fine. If just for the purpose of money alone, you need not go for a joint venture. If you are looking out for some technology transfer, or if you are looking for any expert guidance or expert formula, something like that, then you can go for, or if you want to explore their market, then you can go for joint venture. Otherwise, I would suggest you to go for bank loans.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
So how long?
as far as possible, don't dilute your ownership unless otherwise there is a dire need for it.
Mhm. Shall we put it on, sir? Shall we go for a year of joint venture agreement? We provide, sir. Provide, sir. So suppose if I have to provide a joint venture agreement for 5 years means, so if I come out of before 5 years means, is it acceptable one, sir? Legally, it is an acceptable one, sir.
No, you cannot do that. Once the agreement is signed and contract is there, then it is bound for that particular period.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Purely, if you are looking for some technology transfer or you want to explore their market, go for it. If not, take bank loans and try to process on your own.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Oh, if we go for a technology transfer, then only we can go for joint venture. Otherwise,
Yes.
the money only we
Otherwise,
can go for the.
just for money, don't dilute your business.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Queries, or shall we move on to the next session? I hope there will be no other queries. Okay, Mr. Venkatesh sir, thank you so much for your elaborate presentation. And actually, financial management is a huge topic. You have covered almost all the things in a short period span of time. So thank you so much. We will meet on again on Monday, the same time. Thank you,
Sure,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you. So, dear participants, now we will move on to the next session, that is problem solving and decision making. The session will be going to be handled by one of the young and energetic person, Mr. Mohammad Nawsat Sarif. He is a student turned as an entrepreneur, director and CEO of Increase Tech Solutions LLP Startup India and DPIIT recognized startup EDI Tamil Nadu. Just I will give the brief profile of him that will be helpful. Mr. Mohammad Nawaz Sharif currently holds the position of Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer at Stardom Educational associated with Shri Innotech Win LLP, a promising startup that has been recognized by both the central government startup initiative and the Department for Promotion of Industry and International Trade, India. He has professional experience in business analytics, financial entrepreneurship, and marketing techniques. He started off his career as a marketing expert and a trainer at Guest Valley Technovations LLP in Bangalore. Subsequently, he embarked on an entrepreneurial journey by establishing Start Down Education. Mr. Sharif is a distinguished academic, having achieved university rank holder status with a bachelor degree in mechanical engineering. He has done a master's degree in business administration with the extensive experience in entrepreneurial development and management, resource development and management, marketing research, marketing strategy development, marketing leadership and organizational effectiveness, customer relationship management, team building, search engine optimization, IPR, digital marketing and human resource development, etc. Mr. Sharif is a well-rounded professional with a strong track record of success. Under his leadership, Start Dom Education has achieved significant milestones and grown exponentially. His strategic vision, business acumen, and unwavering commitment to excellence have enabled him to drive innovation, increase revenue, and enhance customer satisfaction. So far, he has trained and mentored more than 10,000 students, faculty, and professionals to embark on their journey as entrepreneurs. He also trained and mentored entrepreneurs and startups on registration, funding, incubation, business development, and scaling their ventures to achieve long term success. With his vast experience and knowledge, he provided valuable insights and guidance to aspiring business owners, helping them navigate the complex world of entrepreneurship. He is a highly reputable and influenceable individual with a proven ability to secure funding from diverse sectors, facilitate funding for startups, and propel them to get unicorn startups in India. So, with this brief introduction, I welcome Mr. Nawaz Sharif to take over the session.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for the
Thank you
introduction.
so much, sir. Thank you so much for your acceptable. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. So I am Nawaz Sharif, and I am the founder of Stardom Educations LLP. Before I get into the session, I'd like to share my gratitude towards the Mannar Trimalai Nayakar College, and also Department of Science and Technology, and all the faculties and all the coordinators and all the participants who are all behind this wonderful programming. Thank you for your kind invitation again. Okay, now I get into the session now. Just 2 minutes. I'll share my screen.
Dear participants, kindly utilize. She is a young and energetic person. Just now he completed his degree and he has turned as an entrepreneur.
Thank you. Okay. And today's topic is problem solving and decision making. Like I said, okay. As a human, for us, as a living thing in this present world, we are all facing a different kind of problems, or we are all going to face some different kind of problems in different ways. But God gave us a particular thing, like it's a sixth sense. Based on the sense, we have the ability to resolve our problems. It's in our hands. Like if you are going to face a problem, or if you are face the problem, you are having the solution in your hand only. Like I said, if you want to resolve any problem that you are facing in your day-to-day life, or if you want to, hello sir.
Sorry for the interruption. Your PPT is not visible. Only the screen is visible.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
Right. Hope it's visible, right, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much. You can carry on.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. So it's in our hands. If you are going to solve a problem, or if you are going to take a solution for your problem, or if you are going to resolve someone else's problems, it's all in your hand. Like if the solution is in your hands, like that. Like I said, it's an extra ability that we have got from our God. Okay, so it's like a best thing. Like if someone else is facing a different kind of problems, you have that solution which might be converted into a converted into a chargeable thing, like what I said. Like if you want to become a businessman, or if you want to become an entrepreneur in the future, you can easily convert your idea, you can easily convert your solution into your business model. This is the best, like it's one of the best things that we have all here. Like I said, this problem solving and decision making things, like this kind of skills only, which helps you to grow as an entrepreneur, which helps you to embark as an entrepreneur in your future. Uh, for example, there are a lot of startups out there. All startups and all companies emerges based on this regarding only. Like they have taken one problem and then looked for it and then validate it, and then they find a particular solution for that problem, and then they made their solution into a commercialized thing. So from that only they have started their business. From that only they have started as their entrepreneurship career. So it's very important, like it's one of the main thing, or it's one of the main skill for every entrepreneur or a businessman or any other person in this world want to improve. This skill is only it's not only for rising your life only. It's also helps to build someone's life also. So it's like a big thing. So these kind of skills are very important for any entrepreneur, or those who want to become an entrepreneur, those who want to become an business owners. These kind of skills is very much important. Like you have to, we all that skills like from by birth, but we have to use it wisely. We have to use it in a correct method or in a correct way. That way that makes you better person in the better world. Like I said, it's very much important skill. We are going to improve this skill from our day-to-day practices, and from our different kind of reasonable things. What are the thinking? What are the basis of thinking we have? So these kind of things which directly resembles the way of your life in the future. Like this kind of things, like problem solving and decision making things, is very much important for everybody else. Okay, so okay, now I get into the session now. Okay, before I get into the topic, I would like to share a different kind of life skills with you. So out of there are a lot of life skills we need to cope up with it, like different kinds of skills are there. But out of this, there are main three things that they are thinking, emotion, and social. As an entrepreneur or as a business owner, these kind of things that are very much important if you want to become a better entrepreneur, or if you want to become a eminent person in the future. Like first one is thinking. Like if you're facing one problem, or if you're someone else facing one problem, you have to find out the solution. How you are going to find out the solution? Based on your thinking. So this thinking is only a key to become an entrepreneur, or this thinking only makes you to think, like makes you to get a solution for a particular problem. So this thinking skills is very much important for any entrepreneurs in their aspects. So this kind of thing, in this thinking also, there are a lot of things are there, like creative thinking is there, critical thinking is there, reasonable thinking is there, problem solving and decision making thinking is there, and then historical thinking is there, and hierarchical thinking is there, and then history thinking is there. So out of this, we are going to see the major thinking. Like first one is creative thinking. Okay, what is creative thinking? If a group of people, or a group of people facing some problems, right? If a group of people facing some problems, so they hire you to, like, if you want to give a solution for the particular problem, some of the people also have that solution for that particular problem. Like you are in a competitive stage, right? If you have a particular solution for the particular problem, some people also have a solution for that particular problem. But that one solution might be a unique one, like it might be a novelty one. So that solution, it should be a unique one. That solution is called, you can bring it up from your creative thinking skills. If you come up with a solution, that solution it's like an innovative one, or it's like a novelty one, then your creative thinking is your best. Like uh, it's one of the best way to represent your solution in a unique way. If you have that particular thinking skills, you can easily resolve all your problems in a unique way. So for example, I would like to say something, say some uh, I would like to share some informations about what is a business and what is an entrepreneurship. There is a distinct difference between these two. Like business and entrepreneurship is not a common thing. Like for example, if you want to start a business, or if you want to start a tea stall, we all know what are the things, what are the requirements we need to build a better tea stall. We need a better location, we need a better venue, and then we need a lot of raw materials, lot of things, lot of equipments which relates to build a better tea stall. So it's a business model. So if you want to build a tea stall, you're having that pre-existed knowledge in your mind based on your observation. Daily in our daily life, we are seeing different kind of tea stalls in our life, right? So based on that, you have observed all those things. From that things, if you want to build a better tea stall, like in India, if you want to build a better tea stall in your area, you know what are the things, what are the requirements you need to build a tea stall. This pre-existed knowledge, based on this pre-existed knowledge only, you start a business, then you called as a businessman. So like if you want to start a business with a pre-existing idea or pre-existed business model, then you can called as a businessman. But entrepreneurship is not like that. As an entrepreneur, you have to come out with an innovative solution or a unique solution. Your solution is must be an unique one. Like for example, we can take that same example, right? We are all getting tea, like we are all buy tea for somewhat like 10 rupees or 15 rupees in this present situation right now, right? So if you implement your innovative idea or innovative thing in that particular tea solution, in that particular tea stall, you can get more amount than your business model. Like for example, we all have tasted some tandoori chai. I hope you are heard about this, like tandoori chai. In this normal traditional model, the tea is prepared by using the boiler model. Uh, for that boiler model only, you have make it your expenses on different kind of things, like you have to buy those boilers, you have to buy burner things like flame producing burner things, and then you have to pay for the gas also. Or else if you want to build it in, like if you want to build a tea stall with this structure, with these requirements, like with these equipments, you have to they take this cost as an expenses, right? If you want to make a tea from out of this, you have to say, like if you make the tea from this boilers and all these setups, like it may be cost around 5 rupees or 6 rupees. Then you have to sell it in like profit. Then you have to make profit, like if you sell for 10 rupees, you can get 5 rupees as profit. Or if you sells about for 12 rupees, you can get a profit around 7 rupees, right? This is a normal traditional model. Please stop, it's working. But if you are introducing that unique thing, that name like tandoori chai, it's nothing but they are using a sand as a preheating resource. They're using their like it's like a normal heating methods or there, or else if you want to use some gas equipments also, you have to use a sand as you have to heat the sand as a preheating resource, right? If you have to heat the sand for a particular period of time, then you have switched off it. Like you not need to like turn on your gas and other things, but automatic, like always on. You have to switch off after the heat is preheated. Like that preheated sand, it's also use it for more than 2 to 3 hours without any power you give, like without any firing that flames you have given about. So that preheated sand only you can use it for a minimum 1 or 2 hours for preparing your chai. So compare this traditional model. A normal tea stalls uses boiler and then uses heating resources and heating equipments. They need to they need to heat it one, like it's not an one thing, like you need to give some heat frequently to that boiler, right? But This preheat like resources like sand, you can't able to, you not need to give a frequent heat to that particular sand. They can arrest like that heat for some point of hours, like some hours they can arrest that can, and you can use it for a preparation of your tea. So like this idea, they can sell their tea in like they have in that also they have introduced some unique things like pot, like in the they have made out glass from the pot, and they have made glasses like from the biscuit, like biscuit made up glasses. So these kind of innovation things they have introduced, and from that they are selling their tandoori chai for 50 rupees or 40 rupees or 80 rupees. In some shops they are selling around 100 rupees also. So compare these two. The cost or the expenses for the making a particular traditional model tea is high, like it's 5 rupees or a 6 rupees. But for this tandoori chai, it's very low, like compared to the traditional model, because it's not able, it's not, you need to frequently heat it up, or it's not need to certain like the kind of equipments to heat that sand, or the certain kind of boiler setups. It's not like it's not mandatory, right? If you're using a sand as a preheating resource, and then making preparing chai on that particular sand as well. So the cost is around for a tandoori chai. The cost used or the expenses used to prepare the tandoori chai is very less, but they are sell it around 40 rupees or 50 rupees above the traditional model preparation chai. So from this only we can get for those particular innovative solution, for those particular innovative novelty thing, we can sell higher also, and we can get a better reward also. So it's a distinct difference between the business and entrepreneurship. So business, it comes out from a pre-existing model like traditional chai model, but either if you are come up with the solution for the particular problem that you are facing in the present situation, or else if you are coming with an unique idea, or if you are coming with a novelty idea, from that idea you have to take it as your business model, and from that idea you have make your business, then you are called as an entrepreneur. So there is a distinct difference between them. It's not a common thing. You must have to understand that. For the traditional chai, you have make it around like 5 to 6 rupees profit, but in the that particular innovative solution, innovative chai making process, chai making preparation process, you can get a profit around 40 rupees, 50 rupees from that unique idea only. Your expenses is also less when compared to the traditional chai model, like traditional chai businesses, right? That particular innovative idea, it leads to get a higher amount, than it leads to get a higher profit than your traditional model. Like it's very important in all our, like in all our life, in all our business life, or if you want to become an entrepreneur, or if you want to start your businesses, you have to come up with a unique solution. Or if you want to build a same pre-existing model, business model, you have to, like if you have to implement anything, like you have to implement any innovative idea, or any unique idea, any creative idea, that you have to make it as an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, at first you have to take some risk, right? Because like I said, businessman takes some risk, but it must be a calculated risk. They have know about their, so they have know about their, like what they are going to do, what we need to do, and when we are need to do. They are also, they, for these questions they have answered on that mind, right? Based on their pre-existing knowledge, for this all kind of question they have an answer for it, right? But as an entrepreneur, if you are come up with an innovative idea, or you are come up with an creative idea, you didn't know about how people are going to like it or not, people are going to satisfied with or not, how we are going to like how we are going to accuse, like how we are going to sell our product, what we are going to do, why we are need to do and when we are need to do this kind of questions. You need to get the answer from your experience only, right? uh, Based like a businessman has that pre-existent knowledge, has some based on their observation skill, has some pre-existent knowledge. They have taken some calculated risk only based on the observations they have. They have observed like a lot of things from their competitors. But as an entrepreneur, you come up with a unique solution or a unique product, then you have to face a different kind of problems in your business model. Then you have to face a different kind of things that you are not made aware of. Like that question is not there for entrepreneur. But if you build a good business as an entrepreneur, when compared to a businessman, you will get that much amount of reward when compared to a businessman. Like business for any kind of business, there are a lot of competitions out there. You can't easily get that monopoly status in your business model. You have to face different kind of competition, different kind of problems in your business path. So, but as an entrepreneur, you have taken that much of risk in your initial stage, in your scratch stage. You have to build a business. You have to build your business based on your unique idea, the novelty idea. The competition for your product or competition for your services is very less when compared to a businessman, right? Because you have come up with a unique idea. The competition is also very less, and then you have to become a monopoly in your particular product and service, featuring like a business. Then you can easily become a monopoly in your business because you have come up with a unique idea. That unique idea which directly makes your business into a monopoly one, because you have that particular idea as the most unique one, right? So you can get a more reward than a businessman, right? You are like, as a businessman, they have come up with a pre-existing idea, so they have taken some calculated risk only, and then the reward will be very less when compared to an entrepreneur. But as an entrepreneur will come out with a unique solution. They are going to market their product. They are going to build a market. It's all based on an entrepreneur. It's all based on that particular entrepreneur. He is going to take, he or she, like he or her, we're going to take that much of risk while in their initial process. For that particular kind of risk, for that much of risk, you can get that much of reward for your business. So there is a distinct difference between these two. Like business and entrepreneurship is not a common thing. For a business, you have come up with a pre-existing idea, but an entrepreneur, you are going with your business model as a unique one, or you are going to implement your business in the most unique way. So it's like a different ways of business, right? So for this kind of things, you have to enrich your mind with those particular life skills, like these thinking skills, these critical thinking skills, this problem solving and decision making skills is very important to build either a business or want to become an entrepreneur. If you have to learn, or you have to improve these all skills in your day-to-day basis, like daily basis. So it's a creative thinking. Then critical thinking means, critical thinking is not nothing but it's a traditional model of thinking. Like if you want to resolve some problem, or if you want to change something, you have to look into it, those particular problem. You have to research on it, you have to validate on it, you have to interpret on it, you have to take a particular solutions. You have to take you can get a different kind of solution, like alternate number of solutions, but out of it you have to take some particular solution. It's used while it's used to resolve your problem. Like this kind of thinking process is called the critical thinking problems. Like if you are facing some problems, you are going to resolve that problem. For that, you have to research on it, you have to validate on it, you have to interpret on the results that we have taken that, and then out of the best result you have to taken for a better, like you have to make it for a better future. This kind of thinking is called the critical thinking. And then problem solving and decision making. If you are going to solve your problem, you must need a better decision making skills. So like this kind of skills, like these all things which comes around the thinking, like with this kind of skills which comes around in the same topic called the thinking. This thinking skills is most important. Sorry, it's most important for any people those who want to become an entrepreneur or a businessman in the future. And then emotions. If we have like if you are going to decide something, or if you want to resolve something in your day-to-day basis, or if you want to change something in your daily basis, you need to cope up, like you need to face your emotions as well. Like the coping up with your emotions is very much important for any businessman and entrepreneurs. Don't take it like like in all situations we need to face different kind of problems. That problem might causes some depression, some anxiety, some emotional related problems with you. So but you have to resolve your problems by coping with those emotions that you are facing down. And then empathy. Like if you are going to resolve someone else's problem, you have to empathize that situation in your mind. Like if you are that, assume you are that person, that you are the facing those problems, so you can get a better course of action for that particular problem. Assume you are facing that problem. Like if you are going to address someone else's problems, or if you are going to give a solution for that particular person's problem, you have to empathize it. So assume you are facing that problem. So for the self, like for the self addressing, you can get a better solution out of it, right? Like this empathy is very much important for any entrepreneur or a businessman, those who want to become a better, want to make their better future. Like your product or your service, it must be comes under like empathizing situation. If you are going to uh, like if you are going to address some other people, you have to be there in that situation, in that particular situation, right? So this thinking, this particular skill is called empathizing skills. It's very like it comes around when you are learn about design thinking skills. And then you have to think about the regional thinking, that empathizing skills will not be increased. And then coping with stress, coping with depression, coping with anxiety, coping with fear. These kind of skills we need to improve. We need to improve in our like entrepreneurial journey or else a business journey. And then self-awareness. And then next one is social. You have to effectively communicate yourself. Like if you have an idea about a product or services, you have to communicate that idea and particular services to the people first, and then investor, and then you have to make a brand. You have to build a better brand in future. You want to become a better brand in future, you have to communicate effectively. This effective communication skills is also very much important. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, if you want to build a better brand in your future, this effective communication skills are also very much important. And then interpersonal skills, how we are socially connect with the another people, like how we are going, how we are like how about your relationship with the others, like how about your relationship with your team, how about your relationship with the your friends, and how about the relationship with your investors, stakeholders. These kind of all things which comes under the social skills. This core set of life skills is very much important for every people. And then those who want to become an entrepreneur or those who want to become an business owner, these kind of skill things we need to improve. The next, these problem solving. So out of this, we are going to like I'm going to share my insights based on the problem solving and decision making skills. Okay, so from now onwards, we are going into our particular topic. Okay, So first one, problem solving. Like before that, what is your problem? So you see in that particular slide, a situation, a person, or a thing that needs attention and need to be dealt with or to be solved. If you're facing, you are doing some work, right? Uh, in daily basis, you are doing some work. In that particular work, you are facing some kind of attention to resolve, or if you are facing some kind of problems, you are facing that not might be that not leads to complete your particular work. In that particular point of time, you have to uh, you have to resolve that particular problem. That is called a problem. Like a situation, process, or the things that need to get your attention to resolve this. It's called as a problem. Like this problem solving, like from by using this problem solving is, there are different kinds. There are a lot of methods out there for resolving your problem. So out of this, there are various traditional methods are also there, and there are new technical methods are also there for solving your problem. So problem solving is an act of, first one, you have to define your problem. So you have to know about your problem from their scratch, how it arises, what is the root cause of your problem. So you have to define all those things. You have to determine all those things before you come up with a solution for your particular problem. So defining a problem is must, and then defining the root cause for the problem. You have to analyze on it. You have to research on the particular problem. Then you can come up with the detailed information about your problems, and then you have to validate your problem. How does it impact? How does it impact? Like what affects you? You have to take those informations in your note. Okay, so that problem validation is also an important thing for a problem solving, for you want to improve a problem solving skills. And then identifying it, prioritizing, and selecting the alternative course of, like alternatives from your solution. For that particular problem, you have to come up with a solution, right? But that solution, for initially, that solution is in the number of, like you have get a different kind of solution for the particular problem, for the particular same problem. But out of the particular out of those solution, you have to pick, but like you have to pick that one that easily going to resolve your problem. It's very much important. Based on the various alternatives of the solution, you have to pick one random solution which might be easily resolve your problem. This is also very much important for a better problem solving person. And then testing out of your solution, all the solution, and then based on the results, you can get a particular best solution out of it, and then implement your solution, and then test drive it. And then if it's okay, if the solution is okay, then you can then you can share with the other someone else also. If those who are facing the same problem like you can share this solution for them to resolve also. So this is the thing, like this problem solving things is very much important for any entrepreneur or any business owners. If you are going to resolve your problem, first you have to research on it, you have to analyze on it, you have to determine, you have to define the root cause for the problem, and then you have to validate your problems. You can get a different kind of solution. Out of this, you have to pick a better solution for it. Then you have to implement the solution based on your result. Then you can share your solution with others. So in the from that basis only, you are come up with a product or service as a solution model. All startups, like for example, different kind of startups are there in our India. Like Zomato is there, Swiggy is there, Boat. Like this kind of startups are all come up with that particular problem solving method only. They find one problem, they are they facing one problem, then they find one solution. They use that solution to resolve their problem, and then they convert their solution into a business model as a product or service. Like the same, all we need to do is like we have to research about your problem. You have to define all the things. You have to take all those information about your problem, and we are going to resolve it. Okay. And the next, decision. Decision is nothing but a choice that you make about something after thinking about several possibilities. So like I said before, if you are going to resolve your problem, you can get a different kind of solutions while you are researching your problem. From out of it, you have to pick some better solution, better course of action to resolve your problem. So that decision, that pick of particular particular solution is based on your decision only. So this decision only, which leads to it makes your problem is going to be resolved or not. So this decision making skills also very much important for any entrepreneur or any business owners to resolve the particular problem in their life. If you want to become a better entrepreneur, if you want to become a better business owner, these decision making skills is also very much important. Based on the different kind of solution, you have to pick one random solution that might be very useful to or very easy to rectify your problem. That solution you have to decide on it. Like you have to choose the solution is based on your decision making skill only. These decision making skills involve selecting the better course of action about the two or more possible alternatives in order to getting the business solution out of your problems. So this decision making skills are also very important for any people, those who want to become an entrepreneur or a business owner in the future. Like you are having a different kind of solutions while you are researching your problem. While you have done your research on your problem, you have getting a different kind of solution, or you are getting a different kind of opinions for that particular problem. So out of it, you have to take a better solution. So that particular situation, you have to improvise your decision making skills for the particular situation. So that decision making skills and problem solving, it's both merges into go by hand. Like the both goes under the go hand in hand. Like if you want to solve your problem, you have to take a better decision also. So like this kind of two skills are very much important if you want to become a better entrepreneur. These problem solving and decision making skills, why it's scarce? So these either problem solving or decision making, these kind of things that leads to some changes in your day-to-day life, or some changes it makes, or it leads to take some changes in your in someone else's life. So this kind of changes may break the hemostasis, like break the hemostasis, like their comfort zone. They break their comfort zone. If you want to change something in your day-to-day life, it will break your comfort zone, right? It must challenges you. If you bring that particular challenge, particular change in your life, day-to-day life, it might break your comfort zone, right? And then it also worried about the outcomes. If you want to implement your solution, or if you want to resolve the problem that you have taken out, or if you want to resolve someone else's problems, if that solution is not works, or if the solution is bringing some side effects, it also become another problem for you. You have to face all those consequences. So we are all worried about various outcomes and various consequences of implementing the particular solution in our day-to-day life. And then what will people say, or I will be blamed? If it's correct, we can take it as okay. But if it's wrong, we will be blamed for our particular solution, right? So this kind of things, all scares the most of our particular problem solving and decision making things. So also feeling guilt if it's going to be wrong, it also leads to feeling guilt, and then changes scares you to the core. These kind of things, like if you are facing those problems, you have to come up with an idea, that particular solution. You have to testing. You have to test your idea, and you have to implement on your daily basis, and then only uh, you have to share that particular idea or particular solution with the someone else. So these kind of things that leads to some changes. Like if you want to resolve that particular problem, you need to change something on it, right? If you need to change something on your daily basis or routine basis, that leads to some like some diseffects, like some like worried about your outcomes, right? That leads to some consequences that might be go in the wrong way, right? So these kind of things that scares that scares the most while we are taking our decision, or while we are going to resolving our problem. These kind of uh, things we need to face while in our problem solving or in our decision making journey, right? These kind of things we need to worry about, right? So if you want to give a better solution for the particular problem, or if you want to resolve the problem, you have to face those all things while you are going to resolve those particular problems. This is very much important to satisfy all those like all those things while you are going to resolving a problem. So it might correct or it might be wrong. So it's in it's in that particular, it's in our hands. If you are going to change, if you are going to decide to change it particular thing in your day-to-day life, if you are going to change something in your someone's life, you have to take all those responsibilities. So this particular problem solving skills and decision making skills might be like a, it's good, it gives you a good way, good or bad, but you have to face all those consequences while you are taking this kind of skills. This is very much important for every entrepreneur. If you are facing like a if it's not working, if it's not like if it not succeed, like if your solution is not working, don't need to worry about it. You have to research on it, and based on your research, you can get a you can come up with another alternative solution for it. So don't go into any depression or go into any anxiety or any fear. Like this kind of emotions only like deployed your all your minds. So if you are facing that kind of problems, if you are problem solving and decision making skills, it's going to wrong in particular point of time or in particular instance, you have to face all those consequences, and then you have to really research on it, and based on the research, you can get another solution, another alternatives for the particular problem. You have to face all those things while you are taking a better solution, or while you are solving any problems. It might be have a that accepting skills also. It also leads to resolve your problem at most. Okay, resolve your problem easy. Okay, like I said, this problem solving and decision making is like that both of them go in hand in hand. Like this problem solving is a process. This decision making is making a choice out of it. Like this problem solving and decision making is like it's like a brothers. If you want to solve the problem, we have to take a decision to resolve your problem. This like the both of them like go hand in hand. And then this kind of skills is it's like this kind of skills we need to improve for all. Like we need to resolve our own problem, or we need to resolve someone else's problems, or we need to resolve some group's problem, or some societal problems. If you want to resolve this, you have to improve this kind of skills. Like this problem solving and decision making skills are very much important for all people, for all living beings in this particular world. Okay, So it can be making for any personal, individuals, and family, friends, and relatives, job, organizational. Like if you are facing or if your workers facing some organizational problems in your organization, you are going to, like, you are responsible for that problem. So you are going to resolve it soon. So it's in your hands. It's up to your hands, right? So various kind of problems, like if you are facing a different kind of problems, or if you are going to resolve someone else's problems, you have to learn, or you have to improve this kind of skills in your day-to-day life. So these problem solving and decision making skills is very much important for every being or every human being present in this world. Okay, so it must be helpful for all the business owners and entrepreneurs to become an eminent in the future. And then for problem solving, in that particular, there are different kind of methods, there are different kind of strategies are there. So for problem solving, we are going to take it as a traditional model. If the solution is present, working towards it and going to resolve it soon. Like you are going to resolve some problem. If the solution is present, if the solution is in your hands, work towards it and going to solve it. Like based on your solution, you have to implement the solution and then work towards it and solving it. If the solution is absent, you have to take the traditional model. Like you have to define the problem, and then you have to determine the root cause for the problem, and then validate it, and then research it, and then based on the different kind of alternatives, you have to pick the better solution and then implement the solution. Based on your result, you can get a particular best solution out of it. So if solution present, you have to working towards it and then solving it. If the solution is absent, control all your emotions and try to find a better solution for a particular problem. It's a traditional way of solving our problem. So in this slide, you can see what's the traditional model for a problem solving. You can get the answer from the particular question. So first one is looking for a problem. If you are going to resolve your problem, or if you are facing any kind of problem, then you have to going to resolve the particular problem. You have to use this traditional model. Like you have to take it as a model to resolve your problem. Like first one is looking for a problem, then identifying the problem solution. Like after identifying your problem, you have to define the root cause for the problem. You have to define all those information. You have to determine all those information about your problem, and then based on your research, you can come up with a different kind of solution. Identify the possible solutions, and then out of different kind of solutions, you have to pick some random solution that might be easier for you to resolve that particular problem. Then you have to identify the pros and cons of all the possible solutions. Pick the solution from the out of it, like based on your logical reasoning or random intuition. Based on that, you have to pick a better solution and then test it out. Like you have to test the particular solution if it's correct or not, and then implement in your day-to-day life basis. It might be leads with some changes in your day-to-day life. You have to face those consequences, right? If you want to change something, still you have to face some consequences in the particular situation. You still ready for that also, and then implement the particular solution and then get a result from it. If it's right, okay, you can go with it. Or if it's wrong, you can research on it, and then because you have a different alternative solutions, right? And then you can use another solution to resolve your problem. So this is the traditional model of solving our problem. Like first one, looking for the problem and identifying the possible solution, and based on the pros and cons, you have to pick particular solution, and then on that particular solution, you have to test it out. Like you have to implement on your day-to-day basis, and if it's right, you can go with it, or if it's wrong, you can reconsider the other problems, other solution that you have gotten from your research. So this is the traditional model of problem solving process. Okay, so what are the disadvantages in the traditional model? Like I said, it has different kind of processes. Like it has a different categories of processes you have if you want to resolve your problem. Like this is a time consuming process. because it's like you have to take all those information, you have to collect all those information, you have to research on it, you have to make a different kind of solution on it, you have to research based on your solutions also, and then you have to pick the solution and you have to decide which solution is good or not. So these kind of things, it's like a tedious process, it's a complex process. This traditional model is a complex one, right? And then more information, like it contains more information, it leads to some, it needs to have a the decision paralysis also. If you are having a different kind of solution, that solution which relate with each other, that it gives to decision paralysis while you are picking the particular good one. And then conscious decision making, you are aware of the particular decision making, right? And then rules based basic structure, and then explicit processing, and then decision making process, it's also quite complex in this particular traditional model. And also it's very difficult in immediate, if you are a doctor, if you are in a surgery, if you want to take some decision, or if you want to resolve some problem, you have to take your decision at a certain point of time, right? That time you can't use this traditional model for your solving a problem. So where you are in, like these kind of things also may reflect the problem solving skills. Like if you are in a, if you are a doctor, if you are in a surgery, you have to take, like you have to take a decision in a certain point of time, or you have to take immediate decisions. So for that particular point of time, you can use this traditional model for your decision making process. These kind of things, like these kind of disadvantages we are facing while we are using a traditional model of problem solving skills. So this traditional model is not applicable for all kind of situation. If you are going to become a businessman, or if you are going to become a better entrepreneur, you have to take those take those problem solving model for your particular solution defining, for defining your particular solution. Or if you have plenty of time, or if you have an ample amount of opportunities, you can use this traditional method to resolve your problem. And then for the decision making process, there are a lot of techniques on there. So you can see in that particular screen. So there are a lot of decision making like decision making models are there. First one is SWOT analysis. This SWOT analysis is very much important for, very much need to learn for all the entrepreneurs and for all business owners. This SWOT analysis, it's used to assessing your strength, your weakness, your opportunities and threat. If you are knowing all these four, like if you are knowing all these four, you can easily came up with a better solution, right? If you are going to start a business, or if you want to start a startup, if you want to start a business from scratch, this SWOT analysis test is very much important. If you are know aware of your strength, aware of your weakness and the opportunities and threat, you can easily take your own path to achieve further. Like if we want to uh, build a startup, if you want to build a startup from scratch, this SWOT analysis test is very much important for every entrepreneur or for every business owners. And then different techniques are there for, also there for a decision making skills, like pros and cons analysis, and then cost benefit analysis, Pareto analysis, and decision trees. These are kind of analysis, these are kind of tests, or these are kind of research models, or these are kind of analyzing models which can use it, we can use it for the decision, for our decision making process. Like from the pros and cons, we are having a different kind of solution. We need to research on it, that particular different kind of solutions. Based on the pros and cons we are getting, based on that we have to select the better one. So this one is called the pros and cons analysis. And then cost benefit analysis. If you are like I said before, I said like there is a tea shop model, and the tandoori chai model is there. So based on the cost benefit analysis, which one is giving you more profit, based on that you can get a better possible solution. And then Pareto analysis, different, you have to taking a different significant factors, based on the significant factors you can get a better solution out of it. So based on the different analysis test. And then decision trees, visualizing options and the potential outcomes. You have to research on the different kind of solution, and then comes out with a better solution based on the possible outcomes. Like what are the outcomes you are getting from that particular solution. So out of this, like these kind of out of these techniques, there are a lot of techniques are there. So these techniques are much more important while you are doing any, or while you are making any decision. So this SWOT analysis test is very much important for all entrepreneurs, for all business owners, while you are doing anything in your business, or if you want to start your business or something, you have to use SWOT analysis test for the initial process. Okay, so this kind of test is we need to learn about our decision making process. Okay, and then this design model, how like traditional decision making model is based upon this. So D means determine the problem, and E means establish the criteria. You have to research on it, and then you have to establish this criteria, and then C, you can get a different kind of solutions from out of this. You have to pick that particular one. This C represents and consider the alternatives, and I means this identifying the better alternative. You are getting a different kind of alternatives, like alternative solutions. From out of this, you have to identify the better one, and then D, developing a plan of action. After getting a particular solution, you have to develop how we are going to implement it, how we are going to testing it. So you have to frame all those information about the particular solution, and then develop a plan of design, and then evaluate the solution. Based on the evaluation, you can go then you can decide if it's okay or not. So this is the traditional decision model, like determine the problem and then establish the criteria and consider the various alternatives and identifying the best alternative, developing a better plan of action, and then evaluate the solution. This is the traditional decision model. So these problem solving skills and decision making skills are like going both in hand. It's like a process. Problem solving is a process, and then decision making is also involved in the process to make a better decision. Okay, so this kind of models are a traditional models. Okay, like I said, this kind of traditional model is not applicable for a particular situation, or not applicable for all situations. In that particular situation, or in that particular instance, we need to take our decision in a certain period of time, or we need to take a decision in a particular time. So that situations, you have to use this heuristic model. Like this heuristic model is based on the rules of thumb. Like it helps a human to resolve your problem and then learn the new concept, make decision in every minute or every second, and decision making are very fast under the different constraints. Like when compared to a traditional model, this heuristic model is come up with the idea to resolve your problem in a certain period of time. Like if you have a if you are a doctor, if you want to take the decision in a certain span of time, you can use this heuristic model to resolve your problem. Like this model which comes out under it's a process of making problem as less complex. Like for the traditional model, you can define all those information about your problem, right? But it's not like that. So in this process, you have to define your problems as a less complex by ignoring some of the information, like based on the impact of your problem, or based on the impacts of your solution. You have to take it as a less complex. You have to make your problem as a less complex, then you have to decide easier, right? So it's a process. You have to that leads to take your problem as less complex by ignoring some of the information that coming into your brain, and then it's like a simple decision procedure, like by ignoring the part of the available information based on the impact, based on the impact of your problem, based on the impact of your solution. So you can consider some of the things that leads to get a better okay, that leads to get a better decision. If you want to take a decision in a shorter period of time, you can use this heuristic model. In this model, you're not need to consider all those things. You're not needs to consider all those things while you are researching your problem. You have to take how much impact it leads to. It will gives you. Based on that, you have to research on it. You have to take some some of the information, like how based on the impact you have to take setting that amount of information only, then you have to research on it, then you can come up with a particular solution. So based on the past experience or the intuition, you can get a better decision while we are taking that much of that small research only. Okay, this hysteretic decision is very much important for a healthcare sector peoples. Like if you are a doctor, if you are in surgery, you need to take a decision in that particular point of time, right? So in that particular point of time, based on your intuition or based on your past experience, you have to decide your decision at that point of time. So you have to save someone's life, right? So in that point of time or in that particular situation, you have to use this heuristic model to resolve all your problems the easiest way or in a simple way. Okay, and the next, when compared to the traditional model, it's not a complex process, it's not a tedious one, so that it gives you a like it gives you in some point of time, it gives you inaccurate results also. So if you want to but you are in that particular situation, or if you don't have time to hesitate, we don't have time to think. In that particular point of time, you have to take some decisions based on your past experience and intuition. It might be goes wrong, right? It also comes under the inaccurate. It also accuracy effort trade-off theory, like avoid decision making paralysis. So you are like based on the impact only, you are collecting information and you are research on it. It might inaccurate also in your after you are taking a solution. So but we don't have other options. If you want to save someone's life as a doctor, you have to go for it. You have to take the decision at that particular point at time, and it's very much important. You have to face all those consequences after, but you have to save someone's life, right? So it's very much important. This traditional model also is very much important to learn for a entrepreneur or business owners, or and then in particular point of time or in particular instance, as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, you have to take some decision at that particular point of time, or you didn't have the plenty of time to think, or plenty of time to resolve your product, resolve your problem. You have to take those decisions in a particular span of time. In that point of time, you have to use the historic model. Okay, then less time consuming and then not so tedious when compared to the like normal traditional model. This kind of advantages are there for a big historic model. So as a business owner or as an individual, those who want to become a startup business or those who want to become an entrepreneur, you have to build your problem solving and decision making skills on both these models. Like if you have a plenty of time, or if you have an ample amount of opportunities, you can use the traditional model. Based on traditional model, you can use it for your problem solving and decision making skills. And if you didn't have a time, or if you didn't have an ample amount of opportunities, if you have a certain period of time only, if you have your span, if your span is very low, in that particular point of time, you can use this stick models, like this kind of models. It will lead to get a better solution for your particular problem. So this both for as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, you have to learn both these models for your problem solving and decision making skills. This both is also very important for every individual. Okay, and the next, what are the describe this? It's not an evidence based, right? It comes under the very less information. So this result which comes under the very less information, and then it's not an evidence based, leading to some errors. If it might be wrong or it might be right, so it leading to some errors. And then it's based on your intuitive, like it's based on your past experience or your based on your intuition, right? So this kind of things may leads to some error, may leads to it might be wrong or it might be right. So this kind of things only you have to worry about it. So in that, as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, you have to decide where you are going to use it, like a traditional model where we are going to use it, and then this kind of model where you have to use it, and where we are going to improve. If you want to use that traditional model, if you want to use this historic model, which one is suitable for for me, or this kind of things only we need to get understand, and we need to get learn. And what are the different barriers for this problem solving and decision making skills? So first one, you can see the not aware of the problem. No, like if you are facing the problem, you have to resolve it, right? But you have you didn't aware of your problem. It's like a barrier to your problem solving and decision making skills. And then not accepting the problem, uh, like based on the impact or based on the consequences, you are not accepting the problems. And then procrastination. After that you have to, after we can find the solution, after like you ignore the problem, sometimes you ignore the problem also. So this kind of things only a barrier for the problem solving and decision making skills, like worried about the negative outcomes, worried about the consequences, these kind of things, like and then avoidance of resolving the problems, and then ignore the problem, and then fear of wrong decision and consequences, and then last in too many solutions. Like these kind of barriers are there in the problem solving and decision making skills. You have to break it down, and then if you want to resolve the particular problem, then you can go proceed, like then go further. Okay, then if or else if you want to start a business from scratch, you have to look out for a problem, and then you have to take a solution, and then you have to implement the solution, and then you have to commercialize it, the particular solution in the terms of product and services. It's in your hands. Okay, and then next. Okay, now we are going to see some case studies. Okay, orally we have seen some things about this problem solving and decision making things, and this problem solving and decision making things is not we learned as a like as a like as a course or as a training. It's not like that. If you want to if you want to learn, or if you want to improve your problem solving and decision making skill, you have to experience it. You have to resolve someone's problem, or you have to resolve your problem, your own problem. Then only you improve your particular problem solving and decision making skill. It's very much important. For example, I will give you some case studies for that instance. Okay, the first example is red bus. Hope you are all know about, or you are aware of the red bus. I think red bus is a ticket, like bus ticket reservation application, right? If you want to go some place to another place via bus, you have to book a ticket, or you have to reserve your ticket. So you can use easily as an app, red bus. You can use as an app to reserve your bus tickets. Okay, so the origin of the red bus is how. What is the origin of the red bus? How it's the origin? How this red bus arises? You are no? Okay.
Yeah, sir. We are aware.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. But I would like to share this information with people who are those who are not aware of it. Okay.
Yeah,
So red bus is the
thank you.
yes. Thank you. Red bus is the ticket booking reservation application. So red bus owner, red bus founder, he is actually he is an IT employee. He is working in a Bangalore, but he is from a other northern state. Okay, I think he's maybe from I think he is from Haryana. I think so. As an IT employee, he is working in Bangalore. He is getting more than like a 45,000 per month. He is getting 45,000 per month, and he is working in a Bangalore company. He's the red bus founder. Okay, I am talking about the red bus founder. So in the certain point of time, Bangalore, that IT company, that particular IT company has declared 5 days, 5 days vacation for that particular people's, like a particular employee, for their employees. So the red bus owner, he is working in a Bangalore as an IT employee in the origin of the red bus I am talking about. So he's working in an IT company. He got a 5 days leave, 5 days vacation for some festival. Okay, for some festival like Dasara or Deepavali, he got a 5 days leave. So Bangalore is a metropolitan city. You all know about it, right? I hope you all know about it, right? So in that particular point of time, he used to go for his native. He used to he didn't reserve the tickets, but he thinks, okay, we can easily get a bus without reserving ticket, like this. They think he thinks, so that's why he didn't reserve his ticket, or he didn't book ticket. So he wants to go. He wants to go to his native, and he wants to celebrate that particular event. They'll celebrate the particular festival with his parents or with his relatives, but he's not able to go to the but he's not able to go because of all bus seat books are booking. He know few transport agencies, 5 to 6 transport agencies. He went through all those 5 to 6 transport agencies, and the transport agencies and all those transport agencies seats are filled. So he didn't able to go out to he didn't able to celebrate the particular festival with their parents because of uh, he didn't aware of the ticket booking strategy, like a ticket booking process. He didn't aware of it. So here is the here he is finding some problem, or he is facing that particular problem. He wants to go somewhere else in that particular point of time, but he knew only 5 to 6 opportunities. Like if you are going to if he is going to somewhere else, it's a thing he need to do, right? If he wants to go somewhere else, he looking out for a 5 to 6 opportunities that he have. He only knew about the 5 to 6 transport agencies in Bangalore. So as a metropolitan, Bangalore is like a big city in our India, but he knew about the 5 to 6 transport agencies only. Why? Because the others are not building their brand, like they are not marketing their product, or they are not marketing about their brand, so they are lacking of it. So here he comes out with the he faces some problems. So then he decides why then they decide to research on it, that particular problem. Why? I knew only 5 to 6 transport agencies only in Bangalore, but Bangalore is a metropolitan city. It's not only having that particular 5 to 6 brands. More number of transport agencies are there, but they are not uh, uh, utilizing their brand to establish among the people. He didn't know about the transport agencies, so then he decided to comes out with a particular solution. He wants to build an application to showcase or to establish the particular an unknown transport agencies to the Bangalore people. So Redbus initially comes out with an application idea that makes other unknown transport agencies to establish. If they want to marketize their product, if they want to make their brand, or if they want to digital marketing their product or services, then comes out they can use my application to establish their brands. Then Redbus comes out from this origin only, from scratch. Redbus is start developing that phase only, and then he capture all transport agencies all those transport agencies requirements. He build a better application, or he build a application to book the tickets, and then he comes out with the different features. Like if you want to pick which seat is we are going to pick, you can choose your own seat, and then if you want to if you not only booking tickets, you can also pay for it also. So these kind of features he is including again. He is including different kind of features. So his application is booming in the particular Bangalore city. Lot of people are using it for booking their bus tickets, and then he build a application. He build a better server, and he build a better hosting. He get a better hosting agencies supports, and then he decides to implement his application to all those major cities, like metropolitan cities like Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, and then Now at present, Redbus is an application. While all of people we are using the Redbus application for the ticket booking process, right? So from scratch, he found out the particular problem. He facing that particular problem, right? If he wants to go somewhere else, but he's not able to do. He is not able to go because of the one reason is he knew only about the 4 to 5 transport agencies only. So he taken into the account that problem is a highly impactful one. He is not able to going to celebrate the particular festival with their parents. It literally affected him, right? It literally affected him to do build a better solution for the particular problem. Then he comes out with a solution. That solution, which is it is like a service-based industry. He first of all he emerges his application as a branding entity or a branding as a digital marketing service application. But then later it converted into the transport booking like a transport booking application. Then he get a somewhat commission like if someone people or if a customer books a ticket in that particular Redbus application, he can get a quite amount as a commission. So from that commission only he build a he build and he gives a different kind of futures, and he gives a different kind of facilities for people who are booking in that particular application, and then he gets a different kind of funding from the different kind of funding from the angel investors, and also even different kind of from other countries also investing other country big banks also investing in the particular application. Then he like he built a brand as a Redbus. And now through a commission monthly, they are earning about more than 50,000 crores per year. Like he also comes under a unique status. He also earned $1 billion in their economy, and also get a status of unique like unicorn startups in India, and they are earning more than 50,000 crores as a revenue only through a commission only. So it's a service entity. So through commission only, they are earning that much of amount. Like he faces that particular problem, he comes out with the solution, and then he is satisfied with that problem, and then he later he decides to give his solution for all the people, and then he build a business model, and then now he earns more than 50,000 crores in terms of revenue, right? So this is the main thing. Like if you want to become an entrepreneur, if you want to resolve some problem for yourself, then you can consider, like if you are satisfied with your solution, then you can share your solution with other people also. For that you can charge some amount. From that charge only, that commissions only, you can get a more number of, like you can get that much amount of money as a revenue. So now day-to-day life, we are facing a different kind of problems in our day-to-day life. Or if you talk with the farmers, or if you are talking with some engineers, or if you are talking with the drivers, or if you are talking with the conductors, or if you are daily life. Okay, in our daily life, we are okay. Can you please unmute? Okay. In our daily life, we know we are facing a different kind of problems, or we know our relatives, or our colleagues are different. Our colleagues having different kind of we are facing a different kind of problems. For that problem, we have to build a solution for the particular problem. Then your particular problem, if you are satisfied with your particular solution, then you are going to share those solution with your partners, or with your people, or with your national with your colleagues. It leads to a better business plan. Like it leads to a better business plan for to become a better businessman or a better entrepreneur. So Redbus is one of the example. And then taking Zomato and Zomato and Swiggy. In this certain point of time, people are not liking to get a product, like to go hotels, and they were in the queue. And then order the order some products, like order some food products, and waiting for the food products to for the preparing, and then after they get the product from the hotel, and then they going to house, and then they eat it. So it's a complex process for any people. So Zomato and Swiggy comes up with the solution. If you are having a hungry, if you are having a hungry, you can simply use our application to buy the product you want. So Zomato and Swiggy is just a service-based industries. So they come out with an idea that you are having some problems, right? People are not liking to get a product directly from a hotels. Like they are not want to wait outside. They are not want to wait in the queue. So these kind of problems they are looking for it. So that's why they have built an application. That application you can easily you easily buy a product, buy a food product that you want in simple steps. Like if you are using our application, you can easily buy what you want to eat. So we can deliver from one place to another place, and then this is the business model of the Zomato and the Swiggy. They can earn more than 1 lakh crores, nearly 1 lakh crores. Last year, Zomato revenue nearly 80,000 crores. So it's all comes under the particular solution. Like, but they have looked for a particular problem and then gives a simple solution. Based on the simple solution, they create a brand like Swiggy, like Zomato. So these are the like if you want to start a business or if you want to build a startup from scratch, you have to look out for a particular problem. Then you have to come up with the solution. If you are satisfied with your solution, or if you are confident enough, if you are having a confident enough about your solution, then you can proceed further. Fine. Any examples, like if you are talking about any startup, all startups comes out from this way only. So there are a lot of sites are there, like matrimonial sites are there, Saudi.com are there, Tamil matrimony are there. All those startups are comes under from the simple problem. Like people want to people those who want to marry, marriage broker cost is very high. So they want to rectify or reduce it. So they taken us into a problem, and then they don't want to go to a bride house, or they don't want to go to meet directly. So they want to speak, like they want to message. They want to make their communication via message, or they want to make their communication via phone call. Then they came up with a solution called the Shadi.com or matrimonial sites. And people want to buy some product from one place to another. So if the people wants to buy some product from America, if we are in India, if we want to buy a product from America, we can easily proceed with eBay, and we can easily proceed with Alibaba. This kind of websites are there. Or if you want to buy some product from this state, or state, like if you want to buy some food product, if you want to buy some product from this state, I am in this state, you can easily use their Amazon, Flipkart, this kind of applications. These all kind of applications are only a service based, like they are not developing your own product. They are delivering your product from one place to another place. It's just a service model, but the service model only they can earn up to Amazon, Flipkart. They can earn more than lakh number of crores in their per year. They are generating that much of revenue just by delivering your product from one place to another. It's all comes under, like it's all an innovative idea in that particular point of time. So, and they become a monopoly, like Amazon is a monopoly in the particular field, and then Apple products are a monopoly in the particular field. So these kind of all companies are generating as a startup while they are having some problem, or while they are looking for someone else's problems, and they can come up with a solution, and then they build a website, and then they build a application. From that application, from that website, they build a brand like Amazon, like they build a brand like Flipkart, they build a brand like Miso. This kind of brand they build, and then they deliver product from one place to another. for that particular service, they have charged some commission, and then from the commission only they are generating lakhs and crores of amount per year. So it's in your hands. If you want to become a business owner, if you want to become an entrepreneur, so you have to look out for the particular problem, and then you have to come out with a particular solution. It's in your hands. It's not it's not like a rocket thing. It's not like a big thing. It's very simple. Still, we have facing a different kind of problems in a day-to-day life. Still, our people, still our farmers, still our drivers, still our conductors, still our policemen, still our other peoples, like common people, facing different kind of solutions, facing different kind of problems. Go and research on it. Go and talk to them. Go and empathize them. Like if you are empathize that particular problem, you can get a particular solution. Then you can convert this solution into a particular product or a particular service. You are not doing it anything for free. Like you have to take note out. You are not doing anything for free. You are going to selling your solution, right? So in the terms of product or services, from that only you have to create your own entity, or you have to create your own firm, or you have to create your own company based on this only. So just look out for this. We have facing different kind of problems. Like we are encounter different kind of problems in a day-to-day life. Our colleagues, our co-people, our other country people, like we are all having that particular problems. So you have to research on it. You have to come up with a solution for the particular problems. Then you can easily sell it as a business model. Like if it's in a commercial range, like if it's a scalability range, if it's in a scalability range, then you can easily convert it as your business. So it's very much important. It's not only for a student. It's not only for the faculties. It's not only for the any professional people. If you are having, as an individual, if you are facing that particular kind of problem, or if you are if you need to try to find something best solution for the particular problem, then you can proceed further. So this question only like not only a revenue part. If you are looking to build a brand, like if you are going to build a personal branding for yourself also, it's only comes out under your business, or else under your entrepreneurship journey. So not only revenue. If you want to like if you want to if you want to build a better name, like if you want to better business funding for yourself also, it's the only way. You are all facing that particular problems. So please find out a solution for them. There are a lot of opportunities are there. There are a lot of management, like now only government side, from government side also there are a lot of funding opportunities are there. This kind of programs, like not only this kind of this kind of programs, they are providing for people to motivate towards them towards the entrepreneur and business. So if you want something, or if you have a particular idea, just you have having an idea. If you want to build it as your business model, or if you want to develop as a product prototype, or as a minimum viable product, as a product and services, government is ready to support you. There are a lot of funding opportunities are there. There are a lot of awareness programs are there. So from central government also funding opportunities are there. From state government also funding opportunities are there. For example, IVP, this kind of like innovation voucher program from EDA is there, and then DST from MSME. There are a lot of ample amount of funding opportunities are there. For students, there are ample amount of grant opportunities are there. The grant is like you don't need to repay the amount. You have to use it for your development of your product, or development of your minimum viable thing only. So that kind of opportunities are there. So if you want to develop a business, or if you want to make it a globalized entity, for that also central government providing different kind of loans with minimum amount of interest, like 2%, 1%, 3%, with more, and then not only the interest, minimal interest rate, they are also providing some subsidies also. For men, 25% subsidies are there. For women, 35% subsidies are there. If the women want to become an entrepreneur, if they get for like 1 crore from central government for the upgradation of a business, so they can pay like they need to pay only 65 lakh to the government. Remaining 35 lakh less as a subsidies, which comes under the subsidies scheme. There are a lot of opportunities are a lot of supports are coming from our government. Like if you want to become an entrepreneur, if you want to start your business, just you have to come out with an idea only. They expect something from you. That something is your idea only. They didn't expect you from any financial things. They didn't expect any collateral, like collateral based things. They didn't expect any financial oriented things from you. They just expect a better idea, a unique idea from your side. If you are having that unique idea, government ready to support you. Like different kind of funding opportunities are. Even if you are having a, if you want to develop a better marketing for your brand, or if you want to build a website, if you want to develop a, if you want to not even website, not even marketing, if just if you want to if you want to prepare a visiting card for your company, government is ready to support you. Small fundings are there. That small fundings you can utilize for your marketing, utilize for your development of your prototype. These kind of things, they are from this kind of things, they are easily going to support you. Like they expect only thing from you as an idea. You can, if you are coming up with a better idea, or if you are coming up with an innovative idea, we can support you. Like the government acting like that. So from these days, like government, not only state government also supporting different kind of funding support for the for our people. In Tamil Nadu, there are different kind of schemes are there. MSME Tamil Nadu, there are different kind of schemes are there. IVP from EDA is the Startup PN, is a collaborative community. They are also providing different kind of funding for the emerging entrepreneurs. Not only students, even faculties also want to build their business, or if you want to wants to build the entity, they are also provide like government. They are also eligible to getting those funds to develop their product and services. It's not only for students. Every individual can avail this particular options from the government. And then various kind of opportunities, like based on the different kind of hackathons they are conducting, different kind of smart hackathons they are conducting. And then from TNSA, like Tamil Nadu Student Innovators, it's kind of programs. It's like a competitive program. If you are having a particular idea, if your students having a particular idea, they have to represent their idea in the number of students, number of competitors. If they win, they get a 1 lakh from the CM hands. Like if they win the top 25 teams, they can get a 1 lakh from CM's hands. It's like a big branding for their product also. Just an idea, you can get a 1 lakh from the CM's hand, like a chief minister's hands. It's like a huge thing. Now it's this kind of opportunities are available for all students and all faculties and all the individuals. Tamil Nadu Students Innovators program is there, and then SIDP, School Student Innovator program. From 8th to 12th standard people, 12th standard students, if you are having that particular idea, you can easily join that particular program, like SIDP conducted yearly ones. So in that program, students, for top 10 teams, they can get up to 1 lakh from CM scan, and then and then next 15 30 teams or 40 teams, they can get 25,000 from either minister or chief minister's hands. So it's like a huge thing. Now people from the any like area, it's not about a rural or urban. It's not about rich or bad. It's not rich or good, like rich or poor. It's not about if you're having an idea, like if you're having a unique idea, you can also proceed with all those funding, all those things from the government. India has secured more than 10,000 crores for entrepreneurship. Like this, if you want to become an entrepreneur, state government have secured more than 10,000 crores for entrepreneurship. Like, but they have declared as a budget for entrepreneurship. So out of this, only 2,000 crores only they have utilized this. Remaining 8,000 crores is still waiting on the budget. So if you want to utilize it, you can utilize it. So they are expecting some particular idea. That idea must be an innovative one, or else it must be having some novelty. Because if you want to survive in this competitive world, you have to be more unique. Unique. They are expecting that only also. If you are having that particular unique idea, then you can easily proceed further. These kind of things are this kind of all things which are provided by our both state and central governments, and also some private entities are there, some private incubators are there, some private accelerator programs are there. They are all support. They are all here to support. If you want to become an entrepreneur, or if you want to become a business owner from scratch, you just need an idea, and then next all responsible up to the particular persons, like particular entities, particular government. They just expect you as a idea having a guy or a boy, a guy or a girl. If you are having a better idea, then you can proceed further proceedings. So it's just a simple thing. Like in this, like I said, in this modern world, in this world, we are like our students are like we're all eagerly waiting for to get a job from any corporate entities. Like we're all looking for a job only. Other than job, there are the different kind of opportunities are there. So business is there, entrepreneurship is there. So as a faculties, or as a individual, or as a trainer, we need to create awareness among the students. So we make we need to break down that stereotypes. We need to produce more job providers, not the job seekers. It's in our hands as a faculty, or as a trainer, or as a individual. We need to build up like this kind of society to our next generation. Like other than this job, other than this placement, other than this recruitment from the IT companies, some opportunities are there. These opportunities is giving you what gives these opportunities give you more benefit, more reward than placement or than job. Like if you want to earn that much amount of money in the particular period of time, still we are facing this lakh per annum. We are hearing this lakh per annum. It's a really big thing, but it's not. But it's not like okay, sir. Okay, I think time is okay, sir. Okay. So that's the thing, sir. If you want to if your students want to become an entrepreneur, or if you are going to start your businesses, or if you are going to become an entrepreneur in the future, these are all the opportunities that we have now. In this present world, we have different kind of opportunities. As a grant, we have as a opportunities. We have as a if you want to build a business from scratch, also they are also ready to support it. Like this kind of government we have. So just we need to come up with a better idea. That idea must be a unique one or innovative one. So we have tried to just utilize it. We need to create awareness among our students. Like this kind of opportunities are there. So we need to insist them. Like they are looking for one. They are looking for only one option. Like this is a job. Like placement is only looking for one option. We need to create awareness among the other options too. So that's my that's my opinion from my side, sir. It's very important to share those awareness among the people, among the students that we have teaching about. Like it is also very important to explore all those things with our students or with ourselves also. So thank you, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. I think the time is up. Like okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. If you are having any doubts, please unmute yourself and you can ask.
Thank you, Mr. Mohammed Sharif, for your elaborate presentation on problem solving and decision making using some case studies. Thank you
sir.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Any participants, if you have any queries, you can interact with him. Let's go ahead.
I'm having one query.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible, sir?
Yes, I got
Thanks, sir. Your wonderful session, sir. Sir, I'm
Thank you,
having
sir.
one doubt. Sir, you
Yeah.
told me about the problem solving and how you are going to traditional problem solving and other methods, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir. So when we are trying for this, one friend and told me about this. He's trying for this, the ideas developing for one, problem solving for
Okay.
this local, like one startup company, sir. But I don't
Okay.
remember the particular idea. But what they are saying when he's approaching this means venture capitalist or other ones means they are saying they want one hit model. For example, if they are starting Amazon in Flipkart means they are already having a hit model like Amazon. If they are starting
Yes.
Oyo Room means they are based on Airbnb. Already in somewhere around the world it is hit. So if they are
Yeah. Yes.
starting on
Yes.
another model like Oyo means Ola cabs means there is another one like America Uber. So like this,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
he is giving some idea means they are asking for established in some other countries whether it is a hit or not. If it is a hit idea, we will support you like that. They are saying, sir. Is that thing is still happening, sir? If it happens, means how come we can solve this? How come we can put forth our problem solving as a good idea, sir?
Yes.
If we are
Good
not
question,
having
sir.
any
Actually,
model to support us to so.
yeah. Okay, sir. I can get your
Thank
question,
you,
sir.
sir.
Sir, actually, sir, there is a lot of hit models out there. Sir, like Zomato comes out from Swiggy, but Zomato is the
Yeah,
number one.
yeah, sir.
Like, yeah, based on that, Ola is number one, but Uber it comes under next. But Uber is like switching their service into other categories. Like if you are
Yeah, sir.
having
Yeah,
that
sir. Yeah, sir.
particular, if your idea is unique, like if you are having a innovative idea, then you can proceed. You can build your own entity. Like you can build your own entity from their ideas, or else if you want
Okay.
to. Like if you want to not copy, like if you want to build an idea based on the others, or if you want to emerge
Yeah, sir.
your business idea
To
based on others,
inspire from
but
them.
you
Inspire from them.
yeah, as an inspiration you can get from this idea, but in that also you can provide your unique features. Like if you, for example, sir, Apple is a mobile phone, like Apple and Samsung, they are also both selling their mobile phones,
Yeah,
but
smartphones.
Apple yeah, smartphones, but Apple having some features, like when compared to Samsung, they are giving little features, like when compared to Samsung, but they are selling
Yeah, sir.
more than the
Privacy and other things.
Samsung's
Yeah,
price.
sir.
So it's based on
Yeah,
their
sir.
brand name. It's based on their brand name, their unique features. Like as Apple's security principles is not at all available for a Samsung. If Samsung wants
Yeah.
to build a security principles for their devices, it's not look up to a Apple thing. It's Apple is Apple. Like they are having
Yeah, sir.
that particular features. They are having that unique features in their hand. So that kind of unique features you need to have, sir. So not only angel investor. If you are going to any government schemes, or if you are going to get funding from any government as well, they are asking something from you, like what's your innovative or what's your novelty. If the product is
Okay, sir.
also it's also already available in the market, what's your unique selling point? What's your unique value
Okay.
proposition? What's
How
your
I'm
novelty?
different from them.
Yeah, so how we are different from them?
Yeah.
Like what's your unique feature? Like we are adding some
Yes.
features also, you can take it as your unique thing. So this kind of things they can
Okay.
expect from you, sir. Like
Oh,
from
okay,
the
sir. So
same
I can
business
add
model,
some
yeah,
values also with the same thing model.
yeah,
I can
that
add
added
something
values
which
is
is
very important.
different from them.
Yeah,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir, yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
That is like
Thank you, sir.
it looks unique for you, like it makes you unique. So this kind of things they can expect from you, sir. If you're having
Thank you,
that
sir.
idea,
Thank you.
that much of unique, you can easily proceed with further.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other?
Thank you, Mr. Karthik. Any other questions from the
Thank you,
participants?
sir.
Thank you,
Any
sir.
other queries? Any other queries? Any other queries from the participants? Mohammed Sharif, can you give a brief about your startups?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the participants can utilize your service also.
Yes, sir, sure. So actually, sir, I'm Muhammad Naushad Sharif, and I'm the founder and director of Stardom Education. Stardom means start to dominate. Like we are giving our services to dominate. Like we are working in different verticals, like education, automation, branding, and software. We are like mainly we are providing different kind of I think someone is loud. Okay. So actually, we are working under different verticals like education, automation, branding, and vertical. Branding and automation. From our education vertical, we are providing different kind of skill enrichment programs uh, uh, what else value added programs for the students, faculties, and corporates people based on the industry 4.0 and web 3.0. Like industry 4.1 and web 3.0 are booming industries, like booming technologies in our in this world. So these kind of technologies including AR, VR, augmented reality, virtual reality, blockchain, and then IoT, about IoT, and then these are all the technologies that we have to lead that we have lead in our future. So these kind of technologies we have provided as a value-added programs and skill enrichment programs for students, faculties, and all the professionals out there. We are tied up with more than 70 plus institutions in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Kerala. This more than 70 plus institutions we have tied up with, and also more than 40 plus corporate entities we have tied up with them. And then we are providing this kind of technical stuffs, like not only educational things, we are also providing lab setups, and we are also providing different kind of equipments and manufacturing things based on these technologies. Like if you want to build a robot, like if you want to automate your all products using a robot, we can provide all those robot and all those technical advancements for the advancement for your particular entity or particular company. If you want to upgrade yourself, or if you want to upgrade your company, we are all providing all those not only in the educational part, we are also providing that lab setups, we are also providing that equipments from A to Z. What kind of the things we have, we are all providing those things for entities like corporate companies, education institutions, and then all other organization from through our education vertical. And then from our other education from other verticals like automation, branding, and software, we are providing a different kind of automation products, like home automation product we are building and producing, and we are having some softwares also, inventory management tool software. And then we are providing under our branding vertical, we are providing website development, app development, and this kind of stuff, like graphical designing process, and this all these kind of things we are providing from our branding vertical. Digital marketing, and then this kind of things we are doing comes under our branding vertical. And automation also, we are providing different kind of products, like robots, IoT kits, and IoT products, IoT based products. And we also build our own very own boards also, like Arduino, Raspberry Pi, same like that. We are also building our own boards also. So these kind of things we are also providing for entities like institutions, mainly corporate. We are providing different kind of things for corporate sectors, and also from other verticals like software, and we are doing a different kind of application and a different kind of website for government sectors and for corporate sectors. And also we are doing a different kind of project under EDII, Entrepreneurship Development Innovation Institute, like a TNSI and then SIDP. This kind of programs we are also partnered with them, and then Startup TNA are also partnered with them for the different kind of programs, different kind of awareness programs, based on the entrepreneurship, business oriented things. And then we are doing an NMS program, like non-motherable programs. On that non-motherable program, we can handle more than 50 plus colleges this year, and then last year. And then we are going to provide our services more than 100 plus colleges in Tamil Nadu this current year, like next year. And then we are providing different kind of training services for corporates based on the different kind of services, like Industry 4.0, Web 3.0. And then for any entrepreneurs, or if any students, or if any entrepreneurs, like budding entrepreneurs, if they want to become a better company, or if you want to build their company, if you want to build their entity into a globalized thing, so this kind of process we are also support for that, sir. We are providing some funding from our side also, and also we are helped to support to get a funding from a government, and I'll help to get a funding from VCs and other from other countries also, and also from A to Z, what are the kinds, what are the support needed for a startup, from registration, from recognition, from all these things. We are providing the support for startups as a budding entrepreneurs or business owners. Actually, we also have some. We also got some funding from a state government and the central government. More than we nearly 40 plus lakhs we got from state and central government funding, sir. And also we support more than 15 startups can get their funding, initial funding from the state government and central government as well, sir. Actually, we are building a community, like an entrepreneurship community that will leads to become a one community together to become a better, to build a better future for our next generation as well. So if any students or if any budding entrepreneurs wants to become a bigger entity or wants to build a bigger entity, they can collaborate with our communities. It's like a community. Its community name is called Stardom. Ed to do, educate to dominate. It's our motto. Ed to do, EDTO, educate to dominate. This kind of community principles, communities also we are working on that, sir. More than 6,000 plus people, 6,000 plus entrepreneurs from all over the world, they are also part of our community, sir. We are helping, like we are giving support from A to Z. What are the kinds needed for a startup as a business owners, as a business? These kind of things we are providing, and then we acquire some minimal charge for all the services we provide, sir. So actually, it's also a startup, like startup education encourage. There are I am a director for the more than three startups, and then they are all like these are all startups, and we are also working for other startups to grow mutually. Like we make the community like this kind of community that makes a better future for ourselves also, and also for the future generation also. So this is our motto, like educate to dominate. This is our motto.
Thank you so much. Very good. We congratulate you for your future also. Any
Thank you.
participants, we want to utilize his service, you can utilize. If you want any clarification on funding and everything, you can contact him. All the details will be sent it through the WhatsApp group. So thank you so much.
I'll share my screen one second. Yeah, here is my personal contact number and personal mail ID, sir. If anyone need, please note it down, sir. It's my personal contact number, and it's also my entity number
Any clarification
and my
regarding
personal email ID.
Students' projects, or if your students having a lot of idea, they doesn't know how to proceed, you can contact Mohammed Nawaz Sharif, and he will help you, and he will guide you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed Nawaz Sharif.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all.
Thank you. We'll meet on the next program, Mr. Nawaz.
Yes, sir. Coming forth. Yes, sir.